Okay, hi everyone, good morning and welcome to the Pivot Workshop series that is organized in conjunction with the Rapid Response and Recovery Program in Malaysia. Now, the Rapid Response and Recovery Program is an initiative of Youth Business International being rolled out across 32 countries around the world with the support of Google.org, the philanthropic arm of Google, and is implemented in Malaysia by Startup Malaysia. Now, if you're new here, the Pivot Workshop series is a series of 3 to 4 hour workshop where we discuss relevant topics to help small business owners in navigating their daily business challenges due to the pandemic. So the next workshop that we have is happening next week on Saturday, and that will be on Facebook and Instagram marketing, and it will be done in Bahasa Melayu. So if you know any of your friends who would benefit from the program and are more comfortable with attending Bahasa Melayu workshops, please do let them know so we can have more people impacted from the program. And before I forget, if you haven't followed us on social media yet, please do so to access more free resources, tricks, and tips that may be beneficial to your business. And a few housekeeping rules before we begin. Please keep your microphone muted at all times to avoid any interruptions. And should you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat box and our trainer will address them accordingly. We will also be taking photos as in screenshots from time to time, and they will be shared on all of our social media platforms, which means if you are not comfortable for your picture to be featured on social media, please keep your cameras off. And this whole session is also recorded, so they will be emailed to you at the end after the workshop. Okay, so before we begin, let us take a group photo. It will be amazing if you can turn on your cameras so we can see your beautiful faces on Saturday morning. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Smile, everyone. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, now let's start our workshop for today. So today's topic is a little bit different than what we've done before this. Today, we will be learning about personal grooming, looking your best at work from our trainer, Zurene Cheah. She's a coach, speaker, and image consultant and NLP practitioner by the National Federation of NLP. Her business vision is global communication, confidence, and character coaching to help professionals to be their best version and create a lasting impression. She also believes in service with a heart with abundance values. So without further ado, over to you, Zurene.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Veena, for the introduction, and thanks, Rapid and Google, for supporting this program as well. I'm really delighted to be sharing today's session. So before I begin, I'd like to share a big story about myself. Let me know if you also can see my screen. Type 1 if you can see my screen, ladies. I hope you all had your breakfast. So basically, maybe a bit sharing about myself. When I was just at 11 years old, I was asked to speak in my school assembly hall, which is called, I was a girl, very young primary school in Bukit Gelugor, and I was just 11 years old. So back then, I realized, wow, at 11 years old, being in the Pembimbing Rakan Sebaya, our school counseling team, I was, just had that courage, and it was so fun for me because I believe the power of voice is your message as well. So the same thing, image is also your message. And today I'm here to share with you about how you can use your image to your advantage to 10 times your confidence as well. Okay, so about myself, I started with a small project 4 years ago under YB Lim Siu Kim under a underprivileged program. It's a workshop to help the residents that time to speak better. And I remember this workshop because the young girl, as young as 11 years old, she was able to converse so eloquently. When else the mom who went along with her was also able to create a long list of long-term goal to share about how she just want to bring value to a family by bringing them for a long-term holiday, maybe just outstation holiday, which is so humbling to me. So back then, after that, I start going for workshops for AirShare Global, DHL Global, and I'm also one of the leaders and servant of a global ministry called Proverbs 31 Women, And I get to meet women around the world, different nationality, different races, and all ages. So basically, it's been an amazing journey for me. And of course, I have also sponsored some program, especially for women, because women's in my heart. And when I first started my business, there was this program called Pink Pump Up the Pink. Is for the women, foreign women, International Women Association, whereby I sponsored some of my contributions to Penang Hospice and also for Mount Miriam cancer patients. And besides that, this is some of the talks and shows that I have done. But more importantly, today's session is about you and how we can become the woman, the best version we can be. Okay, so let's start off. I like to make my programs as interactive as possible, and what I like and hope and encourage everyone to do, like what we did just now, to switch on your camera because we're going to have the first impression games. And why is first impression so important? Because do you know that people make the first impression on you the first 90 seconds you walk into the room? So this is why I'm here today, to help empower you to bring out your best version through your clothing, through your voice, and through your body language. So ladies, it would be great if you can switch on your camera just for this 1 minute so we can play this game. Thanks, Samantha. Hi, Samantha. So good to finally see you on Zoom. I think we have spoken quite a bit, I think through LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So it's a privilege to have you here. How about the awesome? Okay, can I have Samantha? She looks very sporting. Okay, Samantha with the first one. Let me know who are the other two ladies who like to join this game. Just type in the chat box. Okay, so the game is very simple. Samantha will be the very sporting first person. And so you choose two persons, Samantha, and ask them to select the 3 top qualities that is closest to your personality type. And what's the impression on you just from the visual of the camera. So ladies, before we begin, I just want to share, even on Zoom, people will have the first impression on you, the first 90 seconds, how they have the impression on you. Well, for your branding, if you're running a business or you're in a professional career, the first thing I learned from Tony Robbins, content producer, is when you're on Zoom, centralize your body and make sure that you have a gap of 20% for your top. The reason being because you don't want to cut your face and I can't see your expression. And if let's say if you're centralized and perhaps like some of you are running your own business, you want to sell a product, it's easier for you to maneuver right and left, but never turn back your back to the audience because just like in real life, we have to be courteous as well. So awesome, let's have our spotting Samantha. Is it all right if we are first participants to start?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Samantha, can you get maybe randomly choose or I can choose for you? Let me see. Okay, let's have Juliana. She looks like really energetic today. Juliana, can you give us 2 impressions you think of Samantha just from this Zoom session, the first 90 seconds you have seen her on screen?
I think she looks professional.
Good. 2 more.
She has a nice smile, so I guess I can give her the friendly bit.
Yes, I agree. 1 more.
Warm.
Okay, good. Okay, so we have professional, warm, and friendly. Samantha, you might want to note that down for future reference. This is what people think of you for the first impression. Let's have Dinah. Dinah, is it okay if you can give us 3 positive personality you think of Samantha just for the first 90 seconds?
She looks calm.
Okay, she seems calm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Saturday morning, that's why.
She looks original.
I agree.
Yeah, and then let me just take another look now, Samantha.
All right.
Well, she looks like somebody who is dependable.
Yeah, I think she looks very competent. Okay, Samantha, you might want to take that. She looks dependable, calm, and 1 more. Okay, let's have 1 more person for Samantha. Can we have Sharifa? Sharifa, is that how I pronounce the name? Go on, Sharifa.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Coach. Okay, hi, everybody. I'm Sharifah. Okay, so my first impression about Samantha. The
Mhm.
first, she looks very kind.
Yes.
Okay, full of confidence and friendly.
Okay, awesome. Okay, the closest we have to confidence here, I believe, is competent. So, Samantha, of all the three opinions that you receive, I believe the most you receive, majority of it is professional. Am I right? And maybe you can feedback to me what are the majority you got from the three ladies' feedback. Thanks so much, ladies, by the way. Samantha, you can unmute yourself if you'd like to.
Professional, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
warm and calm.
Awesome. So basically now we know this is what's first impression when people see Samantha on Zoom. By the way, Samantha, I have to ask you, so do you relate to these opinions?
Yes, I get that quite often actually.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And by the way, ladies, another tip also for your Zoom session, a first impression is I like what Samantha outfit because when we have our virtual Zoom training, it's important for you to contrast what you're wearing with your background as well. So for example, I'm wearing a dark color which contrasts with my background. My background is a bit of beige color, as you can see Samantha's. Hers is a bit more white and contrasts with her outfit, which is very obvious. It's a more muted green, very calming color. So always go with a virtual background that contrasts with your outfit. It's the same psychology used by photographers when you take photos as well. They use a back background and ask you to say wear something that's vibrant colors as well. So this is something to note down. The next tips I want to share is also make sure that your background reflects your brand. So for me as an educator, you can see I have a small poster of a boy talking about the world is in your hands, your teachers about guiding you. And on the right side, you can see a whiteboard behind me. So you can see, okay, she's somewhat related to education as well. So it'll be good if you have a background that relates to your branding. If not, you have a virtual background that's very professional and awesome as well. Okay, Samantha, would you like to choose the next person to become another sporting person we can also give an impression on?
I'll go with Diana.
Thank you, Samantha. Okay, let's have Diana. Okay, Diana, let's have you to be our second person to volunteer. Not really volunteer, but okay, let's have.
I love to.
Awesome.
Thanks, Samantha,
All
for
right.
that.
Okay, let's have the other ladies to give a feedback. All right, let's have Miss D. I'm not sure she's Miss D. Hi, Miss D. Good morning. Looking very vibrant. I love your lipstick. I'm not sure you're putting lipstick or it's your natural lip color.
It's actually lip balm. I just tried it.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, so I'm supposed to comment on Diana, is it? On
Yes.
her appearance. Okay. Well, the
Three
thing is,
personality.
I've been in a few sessions with her and I find that she's very competent. But honestly speaking, if let's just say if this is the first session with her and I don't know anything about her, I would think she's wealthy because of her background. All the portraits and all that. So she's I don't know whether tai is the word, but I know she works, so she's not exactly a lady of leisure. Okay. But because I've known her, like I think 2-3 sessions together, she's actually very expressive and she's friendly and she's easygoing. And she's also powerful because she told us a little bit about her past. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dee. Wow,
Okay,
I
no
love that
problem.
statement. I like
Yeah.
you're powerful, wealthy, and
Yes.
what's the other one that you mentioned?
She's very expressive.
Expressive.
Because there was one session like she and Peggy, like they were saying like they are very senior and they won't take anything from anyone because they've already reached that level. So kudos to her. I have my highest respects for her.
Thank you.
No problem.
The wealthy part is not.
I just love how this morning is starting. Everyone's just motivating and encouraging each other. That's so much appreciated. Okay, let's choose another lady. Thanks, Dee. How do I pronounce your name properly, by the way?
Oh, my name is actually Delina, but you can just call me D. Yeah.
Delina. All right,
Yes.
awesome.
Okay.
Okay, can we have another one? Perhaps we can have Samantha to comment on Diana as well, since she chose her. There must be a reason.
Yeah, sure. I actually already put in the chat room. Diana look
Mhm.
very fun-loving person to me. High energy, so powerful. I'm not sure how I get the powerful vibes from her, but she looked very wealthy as Dee mentioned.
Okay, thank you so much, Samantha, for the feedback. It seems like the consistent word that we keep getting is powerful. Wow, that's a very amazing word, huh? Okay, can we have, if any other ladies is online, let's have, I'm not sure Juliana is online. Juliana, are you online?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Juliana, do you mind to give some feedback on your first impression of Miss Dinah?
Okay. Intelligent.
Very good observation.
You need another one, is it?
Two more.
Oh, two more. Okay. Fun-loving,
Okay, wonderful.
friendly.
Awesome. So you got friendly, fun-loving, and intelligent. So of all the three that you received, Diana, which one is the majority that keep popping up for you?
The module that keeps up for me is the fun-loving part,
Mm-hmm.
the powerful part that keeps coming up,
Yes.
right? And what else do I have here? Expressive.
Expressive. Do you relate to these statements?
Expressive, yes. Fun-loving, yes.
How about powerful?
Powerful, I have not felt that yet. I have not
Okay.
felt that yet. But the friendly part, yes, I like to have friends around me. I'm more motivated by people.
Awesome. So I would think that you are a people-orientated person.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Thanks, Diana. And thanks for all the participants. Okay, just have one more lady before we go to our next session. Who like to volunteer? It'd be amazing if anyone volunteers. So, this is a first chance for us to be in a safe room and everyone to motivate each other, encourage each other. Also, you get to know what's your first impression of people, of you lah.
Hi, Zurene. Can I have comments on myself?
Awesome. Thank you so much for being sporting. Yes, let's go with Juliana. Dee, what do you think about Miss Juliana?
Oh, the thing is, she's my friend.
Oh, bias all.
Yeah, but before when she first appeared on screen, I thought she was powerful because of her background. And after knowing her, and also I thought she's wealthy because of her background. But after getting to know her, she's very warm. She's very okay. And then judging from the way she looks in her Zoom box, she looks very elegant. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Three things.
Awesome.
Wealthy, warm, and elegant.
Okay, do note that down, Juliana. Okay, that's your first impression. Let's have another one. I'm going to randomly pick. How about Sharifa? Sharifa, what do you think of Miss Juliana here? Okay, we have a feedback from Samantha here. Samantha says that you look intelligent, easygoing, and warm. Did you get that, Juliana?
I did.
Awesome. Okay, last one. Maybe we can get one more person. Sharifa, what do you think of Miss Juliana?
Okay, sorry. Just now I I forgot to on my speaker. Okay, I think she is professional. This is actually this is my first time joining this class, so everybody is somebody new to me. So I have no background, no knowledge about others. Okay, so for in my opinion, she is professional, powerful, and then she is also wealthy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Juliana, what's the majority of the response that you gotten that's similar?
Professional, wealthy, maybe elegant.
Nice. Do you relate to these statements?
Yes, I do.
Good. Thank you so much, ladies, for all the feedback and being so sporting. Okay, so let's now you know what's the first impression. At least you can use it for your clients. You can ask them to, you can take a screenshot of this slide if you like to. Usually what I do is sometimes I will say that, you can tell your clients, say, hey, I attended a personal branding, grooming shop today. Do you mind if you give me a feedback? What do you think about me? So per se, they say that, hey, they think you are competent, elegant, and calm. This is the reason that they might hire you again for future projects. Or if perhaps you have a spouse, say, dear, today I had this training. Maybe you can let me know what you think of me and continue this positive impression that you have on people. And this is just the surface and the basic of what people thinks about you the moment you get on camera, and imagine if it's a real life situation. Continue to bring out and reflect that personality through your clothes as well. So this is where we're going to talk about personal grooming, looking your best at your workplace. Okay, so have any of you ladies watched this movie before? If you have, you can just put in the type in the chat box. You can say yes. Samantha have watched this before. Anyone else? Dinah have not watched this. Oh, okay. Never mind, you can watch it later if you have the time. Christine has not watched it as well. How about the rest of the ladies? Juliana, have you watched this movie? Nancy watched it before.
No, no.
Not yet, huh?
Haven't,
Okay,
yeah.
no problem. Okay, I like this movie a lot because from this image you can see he is a very intense guy, and I want to share a bit story about this man. This man, he actually passed away just recently after he went to become a pioneer of bringing the blacks and the blacks movie called Black Panther, which represent the African Americans. And he was one of the pioneers that brought a hero position to the Hollywood blockbuster. And this brought a pathway for more different color nations of people to get, the main actor and actress position. Because most of the time, we talk about genre. Genre, a lot of Asians are not known as the main actors or actress, even for especially the African Americans or the blacks. So when he passed away, he left a legacy to bring a pathway for more colors and generations of his to be the hero or the main actress in the screen. So this is the legacy that he brought, and this is the image that he brought, being the first pioneer. And a bit background about him, I studied about him also. When he was young, he really loved all these Marvel superhero movies, and because of that, he became also this kind of character because he actually died of cancer, and he kept it quiet even the last shooting of his Black Panther, and that shows the leadership quality, but also a legacy that he want to bring out to give a pathway to his people. An image is a statement. So ladies, when you go to your workplace, know that your image, you are making a statement. Whatever beliefs that you have, you're bringing that out from your inside as well. Who you are inside, you are bringing it outside as well. Okay. The second point, image is a message. Anyone know this lady? Type 1 if you know her, or you can type yes if you know her. Yeah, because we have Dinah here.
My namesake.
Your namesake, awesome. So do you know this lady well?
Oh, she's so elegant. I admire her.
Yes, she's one of my aspirations, to be honest, and I love the Princess Diana so much. Basically, her story is amazing. She was she was taking care of kids and all that, and she was, basically a princess married to Prince Charles, and she wore this dress. It's a statement dress as well. It's an image with a message. So let me share a few. What is the message? Until now, it's well known in the public. It's called the revenge dress. So why is it called the revenge dress? Dinah, have you heard about this story before? Oh, you're muted.
Was
This story I'm not too close about, but a lot of her, I followed her when she was young actually,
Thank
but not
you.
on this story yet.
Sure. Okay, let me share with you about the story. Okay, Diana, she's a really amazing, elegant lady, and she always serves her people, her nations, you know. She's known as the princess who cares. So the revenge dress is when she was wearing it because that was the time the public came out and they found that Prince Charles had an affair with another lady. So she wore this dress to show that, you know, in spite of everything she goes through, the trials and tribulation and finding out the affair in the public arena, she is still confident of herself and she's able to rock this outfit. Back in those times, for a royalty to wear this, you know, above the knee outfit is considered a bit controversial, but that's how she portrayed that, hey, I'm still all right in spite of everything. So this is dress is called a statement dress, or she's bringing a message. So your image is also a message. What are you saying to the people around you? What are you saying to the media? For her case, is the media. Okay, so let's have a short quiz. You know, image is also how you influence the people around you, whether it's your family, your community, or the world. And you know, even when you post up things on
hi.
social media.
Sorry to
Yeah, go ahead.
interject. I'm just wondering, like, I always got people who always, hey, she's not like that. Oh my God, because people always think that I'm arrogant, but actually you are not. But I think I don't know about your first impression kind of thought of people, because people will always judge you based on your outside look, right?
Yes,
But
that's right.
actually I always got like feel arrogant, but actually, hey, when they know you, oh my God, you're so funny, and then like that's you're not arrogant, so your face sometimes, like when you're not smiling, you look like arrogant, but you're not. Deep inside, you're a very warm, friendly person. And number two, that I always got like, oh my God, like people always say that I thought you are very innocent, don't know how to cook the manja type, but actually they say, oh my God, you're so independent and know how to cook. That's always I got it. So I don't know what do you think about that, because people always thought they try to conclude like that, but actually you are not like that when they
Hmm.
know you, and they feel, oh my God, my mistake before. I don't know,
Hmm.
you're very good in cooking.
Hmm.
Haha. So yeah.
Hmm.
So I always got that because I feel like innocent or this kind of thing, and also the people treat you like you are young, even though you're like this age, but they don't take you seriously, but actually that you know what you're doing. So I always got that.
May I know, Elsa, what profession you're in?
I'm a trainer and also a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when I used to work in the corporate world. Okay, but because of my innocent face, like I look like baby facing. So I think I'm glad to have that, because you still look young. But people sometimes feel that, oh, you're so bubbly and you're so young, vibrant. So people don't feel that, but actually you know what you're doing. You're very strong yourself. You know your intelligence things. And I've studied in UK and US. But people always think that they cannot take that, they think that you're like, oh, you because you're innocent face, that's all. But they should treat me like seriously, something like that.
So from
Yeah.
what I'm hearing, Elsa, is you're mentioning about the people's impression on you based on your
The
image,
face.
the
Yeah.
face. Okay, if you don't mind, later on also you can switch on your camera and then we can also give an
Okay.
opinion.
But I
Okay.
think the face that, because it's not fair out for me. I
Sure.
feel like, yeah, because I think I don't know what do you think about that, because people always, oh, like judge, like this stuff, but when they know you, it's not like that.
It's a very good thanks of all, firstly Elsa for speaking up. So since you asked me this question, what do you think about the image portrayed on this screen? And let me know between right or left, do you think which one is more of a positive image?
Which you mean the two guys there?
Yes, the two guys.
Okay, so I think okay, because of the clothes wearing, of course people will judge you, because you want to actually, when you wear something, you want people to really portray you as someone. So I think that guy from that with this jacket, with this what do you call it? I don't know, the black jacket things, like with that, like slouchy, like a shaggy, like not clean. So I think it's like no goals in life.
Okay, how about the left one?
The left one, he looks like, because he's like looking down, so probably like he's, I don't know, looking down as in like not ready for camera. I'm not sure with this image, but probably people like this type like reserved, reserved and aloof, like very gentleman manner, like secretive. I'm not sure.
A good observation.
Yeah.
Yes, and that brings back to the point. Thanks, Elsa, for the very good observation. I'll answer your question in about a bit, if you don't mind. Okay, so basically from this observation and from Elsa and all of her feedback here, ladies, what do y'all think? Do y'all think right or left has a more positive impact? You can type in the chat box. Is it right? You can put R. If it's left, you can type L. Okay, so from this observation, you can see that we are all human beings. We will always make an impression just based on the person's image. So imagine you go to your workplace after this, and then you will have some new intern or new staff coming in and joining you, and they are dressed maybe a bit more like this, and you already have this impression, or they dress more professional and you already have this impression. So that's why image is actually your message. It speaks about who you are from the inside. So that's why it's so important for us to bring out what's inside of us. Elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside. This is stated by Coco Chanel. So why image matters and why image is so important to be an influence in your marketplace, in your career, even in your personal life, like what Elsa mentioned, because it stated how you do anything is how you do everything. How you dress is important. First of all, for example, if let's say you have a person coming in, a professional coming in, and they are very detailed person, so from their hair, to their accessories, from their clothing, all neatly, all presentable. So you would think, the interviewer would think this person will be more meticulous or detailed when they do their work. Maybe they are more competent as well. Okay, next one. So why the other image? Why the other reason why image matters? Because you are ambassador of the organization. So that's why a lot of companies, they have this protocol. After work, if preferably, if you're not working or after sales or, after the work office hours, you have your own leisure time. Do not wear the company uniform unless you're on duty because you're an ambassador of the organization. And I want to answer Elsa's question. How people make a judgment on you is based on three criteria. The first one is the image also. We call it the body language. It actually covers up to your, let me see whether I have the stats here first. I jump to the stats here. Okay, 55% is your body language, is considered your image, okay? So people make first impression on you based on your body language or your image. The other 38% is your tone of voice. Some people have a calmer tone, some people have a more bold and direct tone. And the other one is 7% is actually your spoken words. So that is why maybe you want to reflect and see, is it the way I speak? Is it my tone of my voice? Or is it my image, my body language? Most of the time, if people make a first impression on you, it's because of the image. But no worries, and this is why we are here today. We're going to learn about how to look best for your career. So what is personal grooming? What is grooming? It's basically to make yourself look presentable and appropriate according to the company's protocol. And this is also to give a good impression on the ones you're working with or working for. Okay, so the first impression is actually made within the first 5-10 seconds of the meeting. Even when you walk into the room, the first moment you walk into the room, people will make a first impression on you based on your image because you haven't spoken yet, right? Your body language. And it gives the impression also the way you dress, just like the two image that we saw, whether the person is competent or whether the person is like nonchalant or aloof. Okay, and remember the first impression is the most important because if you're going for an interview, this is where the interviewer will judge you based on as well. And your image is actually saying who you are without actually articulating it. Okay, let's go for the next slide. Okay, let me read some comments here. Okay. Diana mentioned that the outlook is important, but the behavior, how we carry ourselves, is equally important. That's so true, and goes back also to what I want to bring about also. At the end of the day, if you really want to look the holistic view of a person is based on their character as well. So Elsa, don't worry, because at the end, after a long term of period, people will really get to know who you truly are from your inner side.
Yes, so I got this is from my colleague. I used to work in Institute of Diplomacy in the diplomatic world. So I'm dealing with ambassadors and diplomats. All this, protocol is very important. I learn a lot. But the thing is that when I asked my colleague who works in the same like area, international relations, diplomatic, all this, because I was under Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so image is very important. But the things, the honest that I got it, but I don't know whether it's actually from the guy's perspective. They think that you're so innocent. Maybe the world is always conquered by the guys in diplomatic world, so they look at you as so girl. I don't know whether gender bias kind of basement, based on the what do you call this bias issue of the gender. But then I would say that. Well, I remember my colleague said, "Oh, you look so naive, so young, innocent, so I don't know whether they think that this is diplomatic world that men carry this, the job, and then they straightly think that women just like innocent. I don't know, but I don't like it that part because you don't know me very well, how strong you are inside, because I think I don't know, like maybe because of my structure, I'm very petite, 152. So I think people always say that, oh, the small one, the little, they think that that's what they have the impression. But I don't know how would you think that when they make a wrong impression, like our friends said here that behavior is very important, right? So, but I have a lot of people that misjudge me. That's a problem that I had, because people we think that in their mind all the times. They don't know the chili padi yet. Okay.
Okay, very good. I mean, thank you again for being honest. We will maybe address this later on during the discussion section, but I get where you're coming from, and this is whereby I will also share even about the political side when it comes to dressing, because there is different dressing protocol for political settings, and also the way you behave, which we call business ethics, when it comes to dealing with politicians or being in a representative or our government institute and etc. So, but thanks Elsa for being honest. I do get you. I'm a big advocate of women leadership, and I believe all women here are leaders as well. Okay, so the 3 P's of personal grooming is number 1, we want to bring out a positive image because it 10 times your influence. Number 2, we want to bring out a professional look in ourselves. And number 3, we want to present the best version of yourself because it will 10 times your credibility and 10 times your confidence. So by doing so, it will help to increase your net worth. Just like Warren Buffett says that if you can improve your communication, you can improve your net worth by 50%. And this is really true because I experienced it myself. So, and also of course my clients, and that's what I do. I genuinely do care for women to be their best version. So again, the question that I posed to all of you just now, which one do you all think is the better positive image, right? I'd like to actually give you a shocking answer. It depends. Actually, there's no right or wrong. Because to be honest, the guy on the right side, if he's working in a tattoo shop, for example, he would bring a positive image to that shop, that place he's working at. On the left side, if the guy is working in a corporate area, obviously he looks very presentable. So the answer, it goes back to the position that they are carrying, to the place that they are working at, and goes back to the profession. So it depends on where you're at, what level you're at, what ranking, what tier you're at, and also depending on your profession as well. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to talk about personal grooming habits. So there's 3 categories that you want to look at for personal grooming habits. The first is personal hygiene. So it goes back to your hair, your nails, and your teeth. makeup for women, for business-wise or for career-wise, for corporate, is usually very minimal makeup. Okay, and last but not least is your attire, your dress. It has to be professional. Again, because we are going to the corporate world. Unless, of course, you're in a different setting whereby maybe you are in more fashion or more your creative section or beauty side, then you can dress accordingly. Sorry, I think there's a background noise. Someone, do you mind to just mute? I believe is it coming from Visharka? Do you mind to mute yourself? Or anyone who is not speaking? Rina?
Clarify.
Yeah, thanks, ladies. Okay, we just want to ensure that everyone else have the value added. Okay, so next we're going to talk about personal hygiene. Okay, how many? Maybe I ask you ladies. Okay, for nails, basically it's so important, especially for ladies. We want to ensure we clip our nails short across the shape lah. And we want to also ensure that our nails are healthy. What do you mean by our nails are healthy? Sometimes if you notice some nails, right, they have like the white color. I don't have it, but like I used to have those white color, a bit brittle and things like that. Actually, it's lack of calcium. So ensure that you're also eating healthily, because image is not just about looking good. It's actually being healthy also. And when you're healthy, it will show from your skin to your nails to your hair as well. So if you have this issue, no problem. Just take care of your health and make sure that when you go to your office, do make sure your nails is cut according to the company protocol and avoid the brittle or discolored nails. How do you do that? Okay, I've actually dug in some of my makeup sets and my manicure sets. I use this is actually not promoted and not getting royalty from them, but I've got this from Body Shop. It's a very good one. You use it to manicure your nails, and you can actually get any manicure oils to ensure. This one is a almond cuticle manicure oil is to ensure that your nails are always oiled with the right oils to ensure the healthiness of it as well. And of course, it looks presentable. And some of ladies, they like to use buffer as well. I'm not a very big fan, but I would recommend this product. Okay, so besides the nails, teeth as well. So I don't find this problem with women. I find it with men. I hope there's no gentleman here. Most of the days we are encouraged to brush our teeth at least twice a day. Okay, and make sure that you rinse your mouth every meal if possible. If it's not possible, let's say right now you're at COVID, most people work from home. Yes, you can rinse your mouth every meal, but it's not so practical when you're in the office, right? But the objective is because when, let's say, you are asked to go into a meeting suddenly and you are asked to present, it's very essential for you to not have a bad breath. So that's why, and of course, to look presentable. So that's why it's better for you to rinse your mouth. And for those who smoke, remember to rinse your mouth after every smoke, because we do not want to disrespect other people when you go into a room and suddenly you have that stench of someone just smoked. And if you do smoke, make sure you also have a mouth rinse with you, or you can use it before for the next meeting as well. And hair is so important. Always wash your hair frequently. And for those who are required to tie your hair, please do so. The most famous hair tying method in Malaysia so far is the flight attendant method. You just tie it in a bun and it looks good like this. I believe most of us here do tie our hair. And the hair washing also is very important, because when you wash your hair often, of course, it doesn't look oily. It looks professional and looks presentable. It's also good for your hair inside and out as well. Okay, so far, before I continue, any question regarding personal grooming?
How about people wearing braces? Huh?
How about wearing braces? Wearing braces is fine. You can actually opt for, I can't really remember the correct terminology of it, but you can get the transparent one. If let's say your company find the metal one a bit not so presentable, do you know you can get the transparent one?
Yeah, but I like to observe that. I mean, like when I was in the corporate world, right? Like I I like the corporate image actually. They're very professional, this thing. And from because I've been working more than 15 years, so I never seen my friends wearing braces corporate very good because I don't like braces thing. But when I observe like all this corporate world when I used to work before, none of people that I met wearing braces in professional. But I don't know about others, but that's from my experience. None.
Okay.
Mm.
Anna, okay, it's good, but you don't like it yourself, huh?
No, because I point out this because I've seen, because now like I'm back to teach all this thing, so I've been in there because I like to observe. Then I've seen some of my friends it's in trending things, like to wear this, but I don't like it because these people they have a nice teeth, but they want to be cute in the sense of facial. I feel like a bit weird. So but it's not, when I meet these friends, they're not from corporate. That's why I say when I was in the corporate world, none of my friends do wearing that, braces. Yeah.
Yes, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, Diana mentioned I think braces are fine for me as well. If it's not the first thing when you go into a company or the corporate world, always check back your company protocol, company ethic book, your company employee handbook, so you can know what is the company's ethics. So in order for us to adhere by the policy and the rules. The second thing is if you can opt for, as I mentioned, the transparent one, if let's say those who are wearing braces, it will be good as well. But the third point is also if let's say you're not, always having a lot of presentation or meetings, I also believe it's fine. Especially in Malaysia, they are not so strict as other countries like the Western countries and etc. In regards to braces. So that is not really an issue so far lah. But it's good that if you can opt for something, if you find that maybe it affects your image, then you can opt for something that is the transparent type. Just my feedback. And Dee, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question when you mentioned previously about people who smoke and their hygiene practices. Some of them, judging from personal experience, sometimes it's a habit, like they don't wear deodorant or they're heavy smokers. And I think this is my own personal experience. I think sometimes some of them, like, I don't know, maybe their state of mind or something like that lah. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for them to change. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether you can give any advice about that. Yeah.
You mean in regards to the smoking or in regards to the rinsing of the mouth?
All of the above lah. Like sometimes, let's just say you sit on a train, right? And then somebody talks and then the breath is so bad. So you know what I mean or not? Or you go to a networking function or something like that, and then you meet people, and then let's just say, right, they're very untidy, their clothes are not ironed, their hair is not properly groomed. I mean, like that lah. How to communicate to the other party that they need some changes, like that. Yeah.
Okay, so actually for what my company does, Speak So Easy is founded on 3C's formula, which is we call it our pillars. The first one is communication, which is how you speak to others and, always speak with respect. And number two is confidence, how you dress, because you're bringing out who you are inside to outside. And the third one is C, which is character. This will go back to character, which is the mindset and the behavior, like someone earlier mentioned. This is a long-term thing. So it actually takes 21 days to change a habit. So this goes back to educating them, explaining to them, and of course, showing them the positive side of changing. As today's lesson, we want to mention that if you have a good image, you will give a better impression of who you are, but more important is how people look at you, and more important also how you look at yourself. Because if you truly love yourself and you realize that even by having a good health will project a better image, so you realize it actually comes from the inside. And that goes back also to the mental side. If the person smokes and they are aware that it has a bad repercussion of the action, then they should have a mindset change of knowing that a healthy health will prolong their, it's not just for just for the sake of changing my image so that I can look better, but it's actually for a long-term benefits and fulfillment as well. So this will go back to character and mindset. It will take a bit longer, but it's only to educate them and to show your caring, your empathy to them, that it will help them to change this type of habit. And at the end of the day, as I mentioned, as a coach, no matter what you do, if the person is not willing to change, we cannot force them, but it's up to the person to find the best way to help themselves as well. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you very much.
You're much welcome. Okay, for face, always wash your face at least twice a day. I think here all the women have no issue. Again, I just find this mostly for the male participants. For men, please wash your face and exfoliate. So what do we mean by exfoliate? Exfoliate is not just, what we do exfoliation. It's also about shaving, especially for the fresh graduates. Some of them, they come in, they have a bit of like a beard, or that they shave and it's not clean. It will not look good, especially your fresh graduate. So if possible, to wash your face and exfoliate, especially for men, because we have asked the male participants before, how do you wash your face? How do y'all think, ladies? Here we have just a fun conversation. What do you think they wash their face with?
Water and soap.
Yes, Diana, you're right, correct. So most of them actually, when I ask what is your cleansing or facial routine, say water. Then the next one is soap. Maybe some of them have a better like organic soap or eco-friendly soap, but other than that, it's mostly just soap and water. It would be good to encourage your spouse, or if you have brothers or dads, to use the proper facial foam, or whichever product that suits their face, because they are made for a reason. They are made for facial cleansing purpose, and there's benefit in the long run. Okay, the fourth item I'd like to mention is nose. Again, someone mentioned just now about the smoke, the smell, they smell, okay? So be sensitive always to your breath, and trim your nose hair for the man. So be sensitive to your breath, because sometimes even for us, after lunch, maybe we go for makan and we eat something like with garlic or onions. And then the next thing, suddenly the boss say, hey, we're going to have a meeting. And you're supposed to speak, to give report on what is this week's agenda. So if you haven't rinsed your mouth, and then it will bring up that smell in the meeting room, especially it's air conditioned and closed, right? So just be aware and notice that, if you have that breath, or especially if you're eating something like garlic or something with strong aroma, just be more aware, and then just, excuse and rinse your mouth. If with water also it's fine. Doesn't mean you have to bring a mouth rinse or mouthwash every time, right?
I think the food is the matter lah, because during the lunchtime, I eat the belacan ikan, all this smelly, I also cannot stand people fishy smell. So that's why I have to watch out using the spoon and fork lah, like to eat it, because or else it's smelly, strong smell, pungent smell.
That's true. I agree. So it's very important, because like, especially in Malaysia, we have so much good food and we cannot, it's so temptation. So it's like we want to make sure that whatever we eat, we do not bring in to our office. We don't want our colleagues to know, hey, just now you had patai, is it someone mentioned? It's like, it's something that we have to be aware of that. Okay. Next one, we're going to talk about grooming for men. Okay, so far, any question regarding personal hygiene, personal grooming, before I go for grooming for men?
Got no man in here, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's a woman's program.
Hi, this is Jolene here. I have a question that maybe some of our Muslim participants can help out. Because this is about during fasting month. Because I have like Muslim friends that during fasting month, their breath smell because they are not eating. So you don't have a saliva working. So then your mouth becomes dry and then your breath smells. So I don't know how to broach that subject. Because it's fasting, that can you actually rinse your mouth? Is that allowed when you're fasting?
Certainly a very good question. Anyone like to answer?
Okay. Okay. Okay, what's supposed to happen is ideally we're all supposed to wake up in the morning before the sunrise. Okay, and then eat, and then after that we're supposed to rinse our mouths. So that is the only time that we brush our teeth and use mouthwash. But but the thing is, I don't know how long it will last until, whether it will last the whole day or not. Maybe you can enlighten us about mouthwash. I mean, how often we're supposed to wash our mouth. But sorry lah, during the fasting month, that's the best lah. From like, I think maybe 5 o'clock in the morning until like 7 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, because you're not supposed to put chemicals. But I can double check. Yeah, I hope that helps. Sorry.
Okay, thanks.
For this, I think it's also in respect to their religious, and so far, I think for the best for in general, for if you can, for the bad breath is going to the mouthwash or mouth rinse. This is for in general, but for like specific seasons and all that, I think some things that we really can't do much, because we also want to respect that they also have their religious practice. But perhaps this question also I can also check and get back to. I think Miss Jocelyn has brought up that question, but thanks again for honest and open sharing, because in this room we want all mostly women, and we want to have a safe space and sharing honestly as well. I believe we have a gentleman here. Is Mr. Chan here? Mr. Chan Seng Chun? Okay.
Mr. Chan, show yourself. The thorn among the roses.
Yes. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Chan, for joining us. We're going to talk about men's dressing, and for women, maybe we also can learn this to help our spouse or our boyfriend or our family members like our dad and brothers. Okay, you can share with them about what we have learned. So the hairstyle for men, right, is ensure that the hairstyle is not follow over the ears, okay, and basically the eyebrows or even touch the back of the collar. This is just the basic rules when you are working the corporate. Facial hair should be always neat, as I mentioned, and trim your mustache if you have, and sideburn. Always remember to trim the mustache and sideburns. And as I mentioned, if you are just a fresh graduate, I have some fresh graduate in the previous years that when I was younger, emphasis when I was younger, that they actually come in with beards, and I find that it's actually not very professional, especially when you're just an intern and when you are just joining the company, because you might not know whether the company actually are okay with this. And the best way is for the first day or second day of work, if you can, you overdress better than underdress. Meaning if you have to overdress, be more formal, it'll be safer for you. And then when you go first day, second day during the orientation, you find out the company rules, and if they are more laid back, okay, then second, third day you can dress a bit more laid back. But for the first, second day, ensure to dress accordingly. A bit more formal is all right. Overdress formality is better than underdress formality. Okay, next for business formal. Okay, for the men dress code, there's actually up to 5 tiers. Okay, we have the business formal, we have the business casual, smart casual, and casual. So what is business formal? Business formal for men typically they wear a dark color. If you can see on the left side of the picture, right? Actually, the guy is wearing a very dark color for very formal outfit, and the suit, right, and the tie is actually almost the same color, and it preferably a gray, navy, and dark color outfit. And the tie should be simple. Okay, no need to have patterns and extra, etc. Okay, and if let's say you're wearing a button-down collar, I thought I brought my blouse in today, but never mind. If imagine you all have a button collar outfit, like a normal blouse or button collar one, always button it, especially for men, and then you wear the tie. Okay, make sure you button up, because when you wear a tie, you have to button it up. Okay, and for men, the best shoes for a professional for business is wear the Oxford shoe, the black color one, and make sure you polish it once in a while. Okay, next one. Okay, how about the colors for t-shirts? When you're just coming in for work, right, especially in the corporate industry, choose colors that are white or off-white. Okay, because you may wear yes, you may wear a dark color shirt, but for off-white and white, it looks more presentable. Okay, so given like it's stated here, the below colors are preferred by professionals. Okay, choose something that is simple, no pattern, no other logos, because for example, if you're working for, let's say, Petronas, you don't want to be wearing other outfits, like for example, you don't want to be wearing Body Shop or Proton or something like that. So if Petronas, if they have the uniform, come in with Petronas, but preferably not to wear anything that represents other companies, because you are not their ambassadors. Okay, for shirts, again, as I mentioned, choose simple ones. No need to be loud, no need to be bold stripe, etc. Bold stripes and all that is a bit more to not so professional looking. Choose simple white is fine, or muted colors. Muted colors are preferable. Okay, how about trousers for men? Okay, one thing to note also, right, for the business outfit for men, right, the belt, let me just show the previous slide. If you all notice for the belt, right? Okay, look at picture number 2 under business, or if you actually look at business formal, business and business casual under the business category. Can you all tell me what's the similar thing between these three men? And maybe see your eyes sharp or not. What's the similar thing? Because there's actually a dress code that they are abiding. Maybe if we can have the gentleman, this will be good. Yes, Samantha, you're right, the belt. What besides the belt, okay? What is the belt similar with? The length, not really the length. There's actually an unspoken rule that you have to abide in whenever you're going for a business outfit. Yes, correct. Thanks, Mr. Chan, because I believe he's the only gentleman here. When you go for the business look, always the same color between your belt and your shoes as well. As you can see, for the business category, the first man on the left side, his belt is gray or black, sorry, and the Oxford is also a black color. And then the belt on the second man is a brown color, and the shoe is also brown. And same goes for the third one, is a brown, and then the shoe is the brown. Except for the smart casual and casual, they are just going according to their preferences. But remember, when it comes to business, this is the man's dress code. If you notice, especially a person with a higher position, like a senior manager to director, they usually present themselves. The belt will be the same with the shoe. Good observation, Mr. Chan, because I believe he knows he's the gentleman here. Exactly, the belt and the shoe. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the trousers. Okay, they should preferably be dark, as mentioned again. We just want to go for the safe color. Of course, you may wear beige with a dark color shirt, no problem. Try to have at least one pair of black trousers for the men. Trousers may or may not have pleats. Do you all know what is pleats, ladies? Let me know if you know. If you know what's pleats, you just type 1 in the chat box. If you're not sure what's pleats, you can type 2. But I believe the men here would know what's pleats. Okay, awesome. Diana, how about the rest of the ladies? The line of okay, so I can explain. Okay, if you can see on the left color trousers here, right, actually there's no pleats. Okay, so maybe we look at this guy with the pocket. The pleats is actually how do you say, it's like it's a bit at the side of the pocket one, and you see like it's pleated. Okay, when it's pleated, right, it's actually to bring more comfort to the man, because sometimes maybe a person will be a bigger size, and then the pleats, right, even when you iron, you will realize, hey, my husband or my spouse have a pleats. It's actually to, if it expands, right, then it's easier for the thigh area also to accommodate to the shape. And it's also, you will see normally the pleats at the side of the pocket here. So especially for the men's side, and actually pleats is if you're wearing pleats, right, and pleats trousers, right, if you are already kind of a big size, it will help you to expand according to the outfit. So just note down on the function of pleats as well. So for protocol purpose, it's okay if the trousers have or may not have pleats, because this is for functional purpose. So for men, it's always based on three things: fitting, functional, and the fabric. Okay, let's look at ties. How about ties? Okay, ties, do you want to choose the right or on the left? Which one do you think is more professional? Obviously, it's on the left, right? Because on the right side one is a lot of patterns and it's a bit more on the childlike area, whereby we want to choose outfit that are very well presentable, very silk tie would be preferable, and we don't want to have loud patterns. We are not here for creative industry. If you're in the creative industry, it's fine. But if you're in the corporate world, choose something that is silk tie and something that is professional looking, not loud patterns. If you still like patterns and you have a bit of creative side, you want to bring that out, go for something like this on the left side. The small little dots that is, still fashionable, but not too loud. Yes, pleats are false, correct. Okay, so socks. Okay, this is something that is subjective, because most of the rules, by the way, all these business ethics, personal grooming, hygiene is actually made by the Westerners. So some of the things in Malaysia might not be applicable here in Malaysia, but we still follow the rules according to the Western style if possible. Okay, so for example, in Malaysia, we don't have black tie or white tie occasion as often, but in the Europe and Western country, they have this type of occasion a lot. So just want to note down. Okay, choose a color for socks that is usually more on the dark color, preferably not white. Can you tell me why not to choose the white color? You can type in the chat box, or you can speak up as well.
I think white color is for sports.
Good observation. Besides that,
It gets dirty easily,
mm-hmm.
and it's very very obvious if it gets dirty.
Yes, that's right, Diana. Besides, one more. Maybe we can get one more input from the ladies or the gentlemen here. Someone mentioned, Jocelyn mentioned, too jarring with outfits and show up dirty easily. That's right. All of you ladies, you got it right. It's exactly those points. So as a thumb rule, just try to avoid wearing the white socks, okay? If you can choose darker colors, go with gray, choose with black, that will be safer as well. So it's easier for you if it gets dirty and suddenly you are asked to go for a meeting, it will not show up the stains and etc. Okay, next is shoes. Always wear a good pair of leather shoes. Black, brown, tan shoes are the right one. And remember to maintain your shoe. Get the shoe polished, wax it. Always go for shoe that is black as well, if preferably. And do not wear shoes which are worn out, as you can see on the right side. Okay, at the right bottom. Okay, maybe I ask you a question. Besides the fact that if you wear out a worn out shoe, it's not professional, but what are the other reasons that we do not want to wear a worn out shoes? Maybe ladies can share as well.
Safety reasons.
Elaborate more.
If you have a worn out shoe like that, you may easily fall down, or sometimes the shoes may give way halfway when you're at your job.
That's right. Okay, good point, Diana. Besides that, anyone else? Yes, Jocelyn, exactly what I want to bring out as well. It affects the posture in the long run. Actually, when you're wearing these worn-out shoes, right, it will affect your posture. Maybe you can get osteoporosis or, even other health issues. It's not good for your feet when you're wearing worn-out shoes. It will affect your bones and etc. So it's not just for beauty reason or looking good, but it's also again for your bone structures and also to avoid all these health problems. That's why it's good to wear proper shoes that are functional again. Okay, next. Okay, next we're going to talk about sneakers. So sneakers, right, it depends on the environment you're working at. it's appropriate for you to wear sneakers if your company authorize you for you to wear it. For example, if you are working at the gym, or I used to also work at one of the sports area. Yeah, it's functional for you. Remember, just being functional, fitting, and your fabric. So if you're working at sporting area, of course you're going to wear a sneaker. We won't be wearing flat like flats, or suddenly you want to wear high heel, right? It's not functional. So look at the left side. We want to wear appropriate conservative athletic shoes. Okay, if let's say you are allowed by your company, like you're working maybe on the engineer and you come to the office every day, you want to wear something that is functional. But again, we are not trying to be flashy here. Right side is a bit inappropriate because it's flashy and too much colors. But on the left side, you can see it's a bit muted colors, not so flashy, and there's no cartoons or nothing too loud that it will stand out. So this is appropriate. But again, always look at your company employees handbook. What is the protocol? If they are not allowed you to wear the sneakers, do not try to wear this type of outfit if possible. Okay. Any questions regarding the shoes so far? Oh, Diana, I got your question. What about those in creative field? Yes, those in creative field, definitely. If the creative field people, definitely they can wear the creative outfit. Again, going back by the company rules. For example, if let's say there's an interior designing company and the handbook say, yes, you are allowed to wear sneakers, but avoid flashy colors, then we have to adhere by the rules. But usually for creative industry, in general, they allow you to wear something that is more of comfort, because most of the time you have to move around a bit and do maybe some creative work that requires you to be more flexible in your movements as well. Okay, so this is a general rule. Okay, before we move on to grooming for women, any questions in regards to shoes or what we have shared? Ladies? If you're ready to go for grooming for women, can you type 1 in the chat box? Okay, Samantha's mentioned all good, no questions. All right. So I believe all of you are well there. Okay, so how about the hairstyle for women? Okay, just now I believe Miss Elsa have mentioned a good question, and I want to bring this back to what she asked. Okay, first, the general rule is hair if no longer than jawline should be tied in a bun, okay, depending on place and depending on your profession. So for me, for example, if I'm an image consultant, okay, it's fine for me to have this type of hairstyle. And if let's say, going back to Elsa, if she's in the political environment, and especially if you are going for court, of course you have to tie up your hair in a bun, the air stewardess bun that we learned just now. If you're going for court or you're meeting politicians, it's a general rule for you to have your hair also gel up nicely, presentable looking, and preferably you also wear a bit more dark color. It's a sign of respect and a protocol in this environment. And as well, even for the Muslim women, just talking about the hairstyle, of course we can wear tudungs and etc. Okay, and hair colors should be natural. If you're going for the corporate world, right, make sure that if you do have highlight, or if you have 2 type of color hair, is fine. Now currently the 2 type of color hair, I think it's the age is calling me. I have a bit of gray, so that's my 2-tone. But jokes aside, if you have 2 color, maybe on the brown, it's fine, but don't be too striking, like for example, suddenly purple or red, unless you're in the creative industry. And if you do have 2-tone colors, is fine, but always adhere by the company rules, but don't go more than 2 colors preferably. Okay, and your hair should be well groomed. If let's say you're going for the corporate environment, again, because the reason I address corporate is I believe most of us are used to be or in the corporate world. try to have wax on your hair, okay? Use wax or even use some hairspray to make sure that your baby hair, which I always find often I do have also, or you use pin as well. Number point 4, your hair holding device, right, pins, right, should be black in color, not other colors. I actually using a hairpin now, I'm not sure you can see. I actually use a black color one. So this is to be presentable as well. Okay. Next one, uniform. Okay, for women as well, there is few categories. We have the formal business on the left-hand side. We have the business casual, smart casual, and last but not least, casual. For the women, I will be explaining a bit more on each tier so you all can have a bit more understanding. Okay, for the colors, you may wear formal shirt or trousers or skirt or appropriate dresses, and preferably also like just the men, small prints. And we don't want to also, we want to be modest, so we avoid plunging neckline and tight-fitting clothes. Okay, so this is a general rule for women in regards to uniform. Any questions so far regarding this 5 tier for the women? Okay, I believe everyone's all right. Huh? Okay, so for business attire, let's go for the business formal first for the women. We want to choose the 2-piece or dress in brighter colors, meaning for business attire, you can have a look at, these are all we call a business attire. Okay, for business attire, basically you have more choices in style. We want to choose the perfume that are light perfume, and skirt length should fall on knees. Okay, again, you can see this picture, right? The outfits, the skirts and all that should be more than the knee for the business attire. Okay, and you can wear 2-piece or dress in brighter color is fine. It's a 2-piece color. Okay, not if 3 is also fine, 2 or 3 is fine. And when you choose the perfume, right, I also have a sample here. There's no particular brand, but when you're going for business or corporate world, choose perfume that is light perfume. I can give some brands example like DKNY, Victoria's Secret, Body Shop. All these, they have actually carry light fragrance. Actually, most fragrance perfume brands, they carry light fragrance. So choose the softer fragrance because we want to avoid bringing the strong presence, the strong smell into the meeting room or into your office. So choose perfumes that are lighter in fragrance in terms of the smell. Okay, so of course, when it comes to the business attire, less accessories. You can choose minimum accessories. Don't go for more than 3 accessories if possible. Okay. Okay, how about business casual? Business casual is a bit more fashionable. And you can see in this picture, you have so many type of ladies here, and it's basically open toe shoes, and you have more expression in your choices clothing. So the clothing also can be a bit more trendy. You can wear skirt, pants, etc. just stated in the slide here. So business casual is again business but also casual. So this will be suitable if you are always going out and meeting clients also, because it's comfortable, it's casual, but also it's appropriate for you to meet clients outside. Okay, how about smart casual? Okay, smart casual is basically, there's one difference between smart casual and business casual. Okay, I'll explain smart casual first. Smart casual is relaxed but yet dressy, and the combination of colors, and also can wear different type of colors, and you have freedom of choice in your accessories. Okay, and the denim is also allowed. Can you tell me what's the difference between business casual and also smart casual? Ladies, what do you think is the difference between business casual and smart casual? Anyone can notice the difference? Smart casual, more approachable. Yeah, you can say that in a way. It's more approachable. Besides that, there's one key difference actually, if you notice, between business casual and smart casual. Okay, I want to explain. Business casual is actually for those who, for example, if you are going for, you are most likely asked to go for a meeting. It's good for you to wear business casual because it's still business, but it's also still comfortable. So suddenly they say, hey, we have to go to the office or we have to go for a meeting. Business casual is fine. But why there's the difference between business casual and smart casual? Can you see the difference? Yes, Diana, you're right. For business casual, there is no jeans. For smart casual, denim is allowed. That is the key difference. So for smart casual, if you all notice, right, on the left-hand side, she's wearing a jeans. On this second picture, she's also wearing a jeans. The third picture, she also wearing a jeans, and the last picture, she's wearing jeans. This is for people who a bit can consider creative industry, or for those who are meeting people outside, but they still want to look smart. So smart means presentable lah. Presentable, but the denim is allowed.
I think smart casual more like a startup people, a lot like that, you know. Like
Like
startup people I see a lot because they like to wear this type, you know, like Steve Jobs with the sports shoes, jeans, you know, they can move around like that. Yeah.
Correct. It's very applicable for the upcoming generation. We call it the millennials. Also, they like this outfit. It's very practical, very functional, and they can move around easily. So this style of people, they like to still look presentable, but they're still a casual. And like Samantha mentioned, they look more approachable. Okay, and they it also based again, whatever you wear reflects who you are inside. So if you look at Steve Jobs or even the Google company themselves, right, they are very much open door concept. Means they are not like last time conventional company whereby, you know, okay, if I'm a boss, okay, my doors are closed, or previous conventional office.
But that's a good thing I like because that's why they make money. Because
Exactly.
they're approachable, you know, come to me and then make money. Apple is yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan of Apple and Google, and I like that concept because it shows that first thing, it's also controversy to a lot of Malaysian conventional companies, whereby they are not also number one, they don't like you to ask questions. Number two, they do not really like to share so much of knowledge comparing to our current generation. So when you have an open concept and your office is designed like in a very flexible, contemporary way, it will also shows in the outfit that you present. So again, your outfit represents how the company runs, who you are as the ambassador of the company as well. Okay, shoes. Okay, let's talk about shoes for the ladies. Shoes with 1.5-inch heels are standard, and you may wear a pair smaller heel or a flat pair. And again, also go with for safety reason, go with black, brown, or gray. And always make sure on the left hand side you can see, do not wear the colorful sandals and avoid heels and sandals with bluing. Bluing means that it's already just becoming like a bit like worn out also lah. So it will not look presentable. And on the right hand side, avoid white color sandals as I mentioned for the hygiene and the presentation look. It will be easily dirty and stains. So always ensure that we do not wear this because it may not look professional, and be sure your shoes are polished and your heels are intact if you need to wear heels as well. So 1.5-inch heels are standard. You might just want to note this down if you're going back to the office. No problem in regards for women in regards to colors when it comes to the shoes, but I would suggest just for safety side for first 2 days, if you're going for a newly joined company, go for black first, then later on the finding out the company rules, you can choose colors that are more bold but not too fancy or flashy. Okay, any question in regards to this? Okay, I think if there's no question, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, ladies, how about bags? Okay, apart from your bags, your outfits and etc., we want to look at bags as well, because a lot of people ask me, Zurene, I'm in a corporate company, right? But I'm also a creative person in my heart. How do I bring my creative side out when I have to follow the company rules and I have to adhere by the policy? So it goes back to the bags. Preferably, if let's say you are working in a very corporate world, choose the black that is black in color, but still no problem if let's say you want to add a bit of flair in for your, bags or even your other stationery set. You can add in, you can see, I think on the right side, you can add in a bit of your chain, maybe a bit of your own personalized name tag that's a bit sparkly or all that. That is fine. That is just bringing out your creative side of you. You can bring it out in the small stationery things that you have of who you are. You don't have to close up your creativity because you're in this corporate company. Yes. I believe Dee have a question.
Sorry, it's about the previous slide about the
Oh,
shoes.
sure. Let's
Sorry,
look at the shoes. Shoes or
yeah.
sneakers? Shoes, is it?
Yeah, lady shoes. Okay.
Sure.
I would like to inquire about open toe shoes.
Hmm.
Is it what is your opinion about it, and is it permissible to wear in a corporate environment? Because I heard that there's mixed reviews regarding, some people accept, some don't accept. Some people say that you should wear like shoes which are covered. Yeah, so just wanted to know your opinion.
Oh, my opinion is at the end of the day, if it's Malaysia, I would say it's fine. But again, to be safer, go back to the company handbook, because that's whereby if I'm working in this company, before you join the company, they already have stated, okay, you are supposed to wear the closed-toe shoes. So do not go against it. But if for me, being Malaysian and knowing our situation whereby we have to walk quite a bit and all that is fine as long as black. And if preferably if you're going for, let's say in future, if you're going for a higher business tier, maybe you have to dress business formal already, then you have to wear the closed one. Okay, if not, if you're still like maybe on the exec or the officer position, is not so reflected on the image, because Malaysia's culture is a bit more laid back compared to the Western culture. So everything is just a guideline, everything is just a protocol set by the company. And also we want to go back to the 3 point, the functionality, the fitting and the fabric. So if it's functional for the company, that is fine. But again, go back to the handbook. That is my definite answer.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, let's hear some feedback. Samantha, when you go interview, buka mata besar to see. Samantha, what do you mean? Yes, okay, I get where you're coming from. Samantha, you want to share about this?
Just a smart tip for people that is actually like wondering what you should wear. Let's say if you're, if you're joining a new company, when you go interview, you can actually have a look at what others are wearing in the current company that you go for the interview. That will be a good tips.
That's a very good observation, because basically if you go to a new company, you want to observe first environment around the company, okay, and that will have give you an idea what you should wear. I have a client earlier, she asked me, she's a trainer as well, and she said that, hey, I'm going to give a talk to a group of auditors, what outfit should I wear? So first of all, again, being in the Malaysian culture is a bit more warm, because she's planning to wear a very thick blazer, and the fabric is very thick and it will bring she will feel very uncomfortable, right? So again, I advise her, why don't you go there, overdress first, and wear the blazer first. When you go there, and on the first day of training, the first half hour, if you notice that the auditors, they are a bit more laid back, then okay, no problem. In the second session, you can just take off your blazer, put it aside. But of course, inside her outfit is still very professional, still wearing a blouse, still wearing the pencil skirt, or still wear tip-top condition. But ensure that you observe the culture around you, and then you dress according to the culture. Again, going back to the place, the position and profession. The objective of it all at the end of the day should be the respect to the people around you. So that's the objective we want to achieve. Okay. Anyone else have any question? Okay, ladies, if you all have any question, you also can type in the chat box. But in the meantime, I'm thinking whether do you all like to have a 5-minute break? Okay. If anyone like to have a 5-minute break, just type in the chat box. Rina, what do you think?
Yes, 5 minutes is good. If anyone
Okay.
of you would like to go on a break. Okay, toilet break.
Okay, they have a quick toilet break, yeah?
So we'll see you at 10:35, everyone.
Ladies, we see you in 10:35.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Hello, is everyone back? Everyone back from toilet? Okay, Samantha's back. I see Louisa. I see Chan. Zurene, are you ready to resume? Okay, I see Sharifah. Zurene, are you there? Okay, let's wait for her to come back. Just give her like a one minute more.
Hi, Rina. Rina, a friend of mine would like to participate in this kind of training. Is it possible? Can I
Yes,
pass?
please. Yes. Go ahead. Just share her the link.
She's also a retired person. It's okay,
No
right?
worries. Yeah, no worries. Just give her
Right,
the
then
link.
I'll pass her the link, then she can go and register herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, huh?
No worries.
Hi, ladies. Are you all back from the toilet break?
Hi, Zurene. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see all of you again. Hope that the session has been valuable to you.
Oh, yes. It's always, every time there's always new things to learn.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to where we are, the bags. Okay, remember when it comes to bags, right? Again, I always say go for the more traditional colors like black, brown is fine, gray, anything that is more on the neutral will be good. And if you, as I mentioned, a client of mine earlier, she wanted to be more creative. So if you want to be creative, you can go with being creativity through your accessories, your bags, your notebook, whatever that you have. You want to add a bit about, Diana. Okay, I want to add a bit about Diana. You can do that, but make sure that it's not on the your outfits and etc. But if you want to add bit on the extras, and then you can add it in your accessories, that should not be an issue. Okay, now we go back to the accessory. This is one of the interesting part because for women, we like to accessorize, right? So for us to choose the right earrings and etc., it's good to also know what type of face shape you are at. So for every one of us, actually, we have different face shape. We have oval, we have diamond, we have heart shape, and etc. So for this, of course, it's good for you to go for image consultant classes or workshops like this. But today, since the topic is not about face shape or body type, then I can just advise on the corporate side. The corporate side is earrings, wear stubs or small rings. Okay, as you can see, I'm just wearing a very simple diamond studded rings. But do not wear, if you're working in the corporate world, do not wear the dangling earrings. The dangling earrings looks like on the right side, the one that flows down, because this will distract you if you're in a board meeting or you're giving a presentation. People will actually be looking at your accessories instead of looking at what you're presenting. So if you still like a bit more creativity and fashion into your look, it's fine. You can add some pearl, the round color pearl kind of earring. You can add this type of blings here, a small one that's not so obvious, and then it still will add some presentation to what you wear as well. So it's good to choose that is minimalistic look. That would be the best. Simplicity is the best elegance we can have for ourselves as a woman. Classy and elegant. Any question in regards to accessories? Because usually I have a lot of questions about earrings. Feel free to ask. Actually, I just thought I should have asked ladies, encourage you all to bring in your outfits that you wear to work. That at least we can have this sharing session as well. Okay. Next. Okay, for outfits like accessories like bracelet, bangles, etc. Okay, so for bracelet and bangles, it will be better if you do not wear both. Either choose the bracelet or the bangle, because we do not want it to be chunky jewelry. As you can see at the bottom here, these are all chunky jewelries, unless if you are seasonal. Okay, like seasonal means you're having Christmas, you're having Hari Raya, you're having Deepavali. Yes, it's fine to wear all this because this is festive. But if not, if you're just going for a normal daily routine office work, then choose either one only. Either you want to wear the bracelet, or either you can choose to wear something like a bangle, but only one. And the best professional look, if you want to have the classic and professional and elegant look, is to go for a watch. A watch is the best choice, especially when you are wearing something simple. And I actually brought my outfit just now when we're having break. This will be a very safe wear for you to wear in the office. It's just the normal blouse. It's possible you can button up until the top here, and this was a normal blouse for a woman, so this would be good. And if you just want to add in a watch, that will be good. Of course, this please just excuse you need to iron it. Ensure you iron out the lines. If there's any lines, then you remove it. Use the lint remover to remove the lint, and make sure you iron the outfit so it looks presentable. Other than that, if you want to add in a watch, it's always good, because you add the watch, you will look professional, classic, and smart casual just by adding a watch. So go for that. Okay, how about rings? Okay, rings, I'm a very big fan of rings, because rings is so statement. And in different type of fingers that you're wearing, your ring also possess a different meaning. For example, I always wear on the center ring, because actually it represents that the person is balanced and etc. So even for example, if a person wearing a ring in the index finger, it's usually the person is more dominant. And of course, the wedding finger is for wedding and show romance and etc. So you might also want to go and find out more about different positions, or where you wear your finger represents who you are. So by wearing the rings, it also make a statement. Of course, when you're wearing at the wedding ring, what does it show? It shows that you are attached, right? Or you're engaged. So that's why in each of your statement accessories, you are making a statement of who you are and on your availability. Yeah, for example, your position. If you're married, you're showing that, hey, I'm married. If you're single, you're also showing that, hey, I'm wearing something that is for, costume jewelry, or something that is just fashionable, etc. So remember, your outfit is your message, your image is your message. So choose something again on the top here. The rings are all very simple. Okay, even the necklace is very simple. And the bottom here, avoid those more chunky, that are more loud, because we want to portray a professional look as well. And again, when it comes to jewelry like necklace and etc., it's also important for you to know your body type and your neckline as well, because different type of neckline, different type of body type will bring the viewers focus to which focal point you are. Like for example, today I'm wearing is a very simplistic, elegant look, but my focal point would be my brooch here, because I want to represent my brooch, for example. Or you have maybe if you have a company logo or brand, next time you want people to look at the company logo, you might ask the designer to put it here, for example. So it's important for us to know what is type of neckline, what type of face shape, what type of body type, because your body type, certain outfits will look better on you, etc. Same goes to colors as well. Okay. So far, any question before I go to bonus tips? Ladies, any question in regards to accessories, in regards to bags, regards to face shape, regards to necklines, and etc.?
Zurene, now
Yes.
there are a lot of people who like to wear that feng shui bangles. What do you think about that?
Feng shui bangles. What does it look like? I'm not very into feng shui, but let me know what is a feng shui
They
bangle.
would have like different kind of stones, and then they will put it together. Like that stone is meant for business. That certain stone is meant for opportunities and all that. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm just looking at the bracelet. To me personally, because it's not so they are not so chunky. There is the simplistic type, and also there's the chunkier type.
Yeah,
You correct
the
me if I'm
chunky
wrong.
ones, yeah.
Yes. Okay, that is fine because going back to the bracelet and the bangle, it will fall under something similar to the bracelet type. I can see there's like the totally black and a bit of gold type, right? Yeah, I have seen some image consultants also wear it as well. It's not definitely is a bit more on the pricier side. It's fine, but don't wear both this feng shui type of bracelet and then also with the bangle. It's apply the same thing because this falls under bracelet as well.
Yeah. And what do you think about people wearing the rings around the thumb?
Around the thumb?
Yeah.
You mean the question is what I think, is it?
Yeah.
I think there is a meaning behind every ring that people position on which finger that they are wearing. So there's obviously they are showing something. So for example, I very rare I see the people wearing the ring on the thumb except men. What maybe I should ask you, what do you think about that?
About what? Men wearing it?
Yeah, on the thumb.
You mean men or women?
Men.
Men. If I see that, it reflects on me the Qing Dynasty emperor. They like to have the jade one around the thumb.
Mm-hmm.
So is it power?
Yes, it shows that they are dominant. It shows that they are asserting, they are self-assertion. So they are more dominant. So if you notice, the reason I said men because it shows they are powerful. That's according to the beliefs that they are powerful, they are dominant, they are very assertive. So that is why if you see and observe, right, the different rings they are wearing, you can kind of know, okay, what is this type of person's personality? Even for example, if we talk about body language, let's say you will see a lot of men, they do like this when they go to our office or board meetings. A lot of times, right, the person with a position like this, they are showing that, hey, I'm the boss. Or you can, for example, a politician like Donald Trump, they go like this. Then this is a body language gesture that's showing that, hey, I'm the boss. This is the type of indirect message that people are portraying, and that's good because when you first get to know someone and you're able to understand, just like in a way, like I don't really know about feng shui, but in a way, like feng shui probably like according to the location where you place certain things. Same goes to image consulting. When it comes to where you place your ring, it also shows who the person their beliefs is, who the person is, in a way, their personality type. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what they want to attract, yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
thanks for the question, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
No, but in terms of image wise, do you think that it doesn't look nice if the person wears it at the thumb, or say when you are dressed in a corporate dress and you have a thumb putting your rings in and all that, does it makes it not so what do you call it, not so nice in terms of image?
I think it's okay. Just same goes to the accessories rules as well. Do not wear even for men, do not wear too much. You can go for 2 or 3 accessories just for safe. If they're wearing a ring and it's chunky and it's just a very maybe just a gold color ring, is fine. I think it's still very classy, very gentleman looking, and yeah, go for simplicity. That'll be best.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay. So let's go for the bonus tips. Okay, according to our impression, right, by psychological statistic, people judge you based on 3 things again: your body language, your image, and your voice and your words. Again, I put body language and image the same category, your words and your tonality. So tonality falls under voice. So for example, let's say we're in a Zoom call or in your interview or the first time you go for the office, the moment you speak, this is the person when the personality that you're portraying. And this is the moment when people start judging, oh, is this person a calm person? Is this person professional? Is this person competent? Second point, we will always want to be sincere and confident in whatever we say. In other words, for me, everything we do as a woman, even as a gentleman, we want to be purposeful. third point, pronunciation is so important because pronunciation, especially if you're in the English speaking community or your work requires you to speak in English, people can determine whether you are professional based on your pronunciation. Like I have a client, she has clients from Singapore as well. And she tells me like the moment she speaks, they do not want to make business dealings with her just from her pronunciation because she's from a Chinese educated background. But for me, myself, I'm a bit partial Chinese. I also try to improve on my pronunciation because I know tonality and pronunciation is so important when it comes to communication. The fourth point is your tone of voice. Your tone of voice is 38% of your communication skills and also goes back on the first impression people make on you. And the sixth point is loudness. Okay, in the board meeting, etc. Yes, we want to project our voice, but it's important for us to project our voice without being too pitchy, P-I-T-C-H-Y, or being too, too loud for the sake of loud. And of course, at the end of the day, we also want to avoid using slang because we are in a corporate environment. Okay, any question in regards to voice? Ladies, are you all still there?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
awesome.
here. We're talking about earrings. Sorry.
Yes, we're still here.
Okay, cool. Okay, so next one. Next one, we talk about the nose, right? The nose, remember, breath is so important. And of course, just now, like as I mentioned, just like your shoes, your socks, always avoid wearing that is worn out or already, is not washed and etc. Always make sure that you wear clean socks every day and your breath, especially breath, if you cannot find a mouth wash or rinse immediately, get mints. You can just go to the convenience store. I believe most offices have nearby convenience store. Get mints and just chew the mints before you go for the meeting because this will reflect your image as well. And this is under business ethics and business grooming. Okay. This is a very common gesture. We call it the greeting gesture when you first know someone or when you first time coming for an interview or your first time in the company. The handshake. So handshake is, of course, is the first contact, and this is where people will make an impression for you. Just for example, if you are shaking someone's hand, always make sure that it's firm and ensure also is facing upward or downward is fine. So don't face upward or downward, just shake like this, parallel, okay, and make sure it's firm. Because last time I had a client who came and find me, and then now with SOPs and etc., we don't do the handshake anymore. But previously when we had that meeting, he was of course someone important, and he want to shake your hand firmly because it shows confidence. And I reminded, he told me that always shake your hand firmly because it brings out that confidence in you. Just from one handshake, people can able to know what type of person you are as well. And the fourth point is make eye contact and step into the handshake confidently. Okay. Eye contact is also very important because do you know that even when you are baby and the baby can't speak just for a few months, the first communication a baby has is eye contact with the mom. They did a statistics whereby if the mom, for example, is not showing a smiling face to the baby actually cries. So it means that there's actually a non-verbal communication between the mom and the infant at such a small age. So that is why eye contact is so important, because eye contact is a non-verbal way of communicating love even as young as an infant. Okay. Okay, I like this point a lot because just now I believe Elsa and a few of you brought up. This is because when we go for personal grooming or personal branding, business etiquette is so important, or business ethic. We want to treat others the way we want to be treated, and good manners, even saying like good afternoon, good morning, good evening to the person is always a good way of representing who you are. Of course, we do not do this bow. This is for Japanese, but I also had some clients that I dealt with previously who are from Japan, and this is so important. This is business ethic. If you have a client who is Japanese, always important to follow their culture as well, cultural protocol. So if they bow down, we also do the same. And this will show that you are polite and you are elegant person and represent that you are respectful to their culture as well. And this is how we can build a long-term relationship with our clients and etc. Any questions so far in regards to these bonus tips?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I'm actually quite curious. Okay, this is let's just say before during normal times lah, like this is what I get feedback from expatriates, should I say, like, or non-Muslims, or yeah, I don't know how you relate it. So the thing is, some of them find it a bit awkward, not awkward. I guess it would depend on the environment, kind, like when you can shake the hands of ladies and stuff, because some modest Muslim ladies, they don't they don't shake the hands of the opposite sex. But let's just say, like my sister, she works in a bank, she wears a hijab, so she will shake people's hands, but then she was brought up differently, like, you know, around the world, something like that. But then I think some men, they find it a bit strange, like in a professional environment, they would expect, you know, people to behave in a professional manner. So I'm not sure. I mean, I myself don't have issues with it, but I get feedback lah. People, you know, people wondering why does this happen? Maybe it's because of culture or personal preference. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. This is good also. That's why if before we go into a company, for us to understand their culture, and especially the people we meet and the clients who are, you know, of course, VIPs and etc. I agree with what you say, because I had previously customers and clients who have a different race and culture, and I understand also from like Muslim and even the Arabians, especially they do not encourage the different gender to shake hands or to have a contact, physical contact, like even handshakes. So we respect that. The way to do that is, of course, they usually, I believe, they put their hands to their heart, something like that. So if they do that to you, you can do the same to show respect as well, just like the Japanese. If they bow down and bow their heads, we also do the same to show the respect. So the best way is we can observe how they do it, and then we will also follow the same. But usually for these visitors, before they come, the company, what they will do is they will usually tell you, okay, when these clients are coming in, this is what you should do. And we just follow accordingly. And usually the ones who will first do this body gesture is, of course, the director or the GM. And then we follow suit if we are requested to greet the guests as well. So that will be a safer way for us to determine how we can react to the kind of greeting that they want or they abide in.
Can I share this, Zurene?
Yes, go ahead, Diana.
Yeah. I mean, I have been very much involved in all these socializing and stuff like that. There was once I was caught because I was too quick. Whenever I see somebody, I would just reach out for my hands to shake hands with. And that guy was taken aback. He's a Muslim guy, so he was taken aback. And I was a little bit off. And then after that, I learned that they are not supposed to shake hands with us. So after that, what I did was that before I will not stretch out my hands, I will just give a nod and a greeting. And if that person stretch out the hands, then only I will stretch out the hands.
Very, very good sharing by Diana as well. I totally agree with you on that. And I think it's just follow suit with whatever the guest does. If let's say I myself also experience it, by the way, I think all of us at least experience it once a lifetime. I had one guest, so I was too quick also, too excited, because I'm a, you know, what they call extrovert person. So I'm like, hey, you know, I greeted them, then they were taken aback. So when we see this, of course, sometimes we can even apologize, or, you know, we just follow through with what they do, and, you know, politely excuse ourselves also if, you know, needed to. So I think it's good to see what they do, and then we follow accordingly as well. Thanks, Diana, for sharing.
Thank you.
And thanks for the question as well.
Yeah, I have a question here. What do you recommend for people with sweaty palms?
you asked from the chat box, right? I would recommend them definitely to, of course, now it's a SOP, so a lot of them do not really do the handshakes anymore, but definitely if they can wash their hands and dry up their hands would be good. So your question is, what do we do? Do we shake their hand? Is that what you mean?
In both ways. I mean, if you know you have a sweaty palm, how would you stretch your hand to shake your hands, or you know what you're supposed to do, or do you need to clean your hand first, make sure your hand is dry? That means you have a towel inside your pocket and rub it off before you stretch out your hand or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that earlier, I believe there was someone who posed the question also, what if some people naturally have bad breath, or we call it BO, or body odor, or maybe a sweaty palms? Definitely, if we have these issues that is going back to the medical health problem, like some people, they have bad breath because of medical reasons, I would definitely encourage them to go and seek the doctor as soon as possible, because all of this happen is because of the internal, right? So this health is very important to us. So it's best for us to address it as soon as possible. But going back to, like, for example, BO, which can be physically handled as soon as possible, just get a deodorant, a good deodorant, a light one again. Don't get the strong deodorant, get a light fragrance, light deodorant always, and apply. Same goes to the sweaty palms. If you have sweaty palms, you can always carry a handkerchief or sanitizer and ensure that you wipe first before you greet someone. This is again is at the end of the day, the objective of why we learn image consulting and etc. is just to show respect to the other person. So we want to do the same even from the point of handshake. So if possible, if you do have this problem and you're aware of it already, or maybe your customer or your client colleague, encourage them also to bring a handkerchief along, or wipe their hands first, simply before they greet someone. That would be a show of sign and initiative to make someone else feel comfortable.
Should we just put the handkerchief inside the pocket so that we wipe it whilst in the pocket? Because I don't know whether they feel intimidated. That means we wipe our hands before we reach it out. Would it feel like it's an insult or something like that?
I think it's not so, because I think that's just a way of showing that you want to ensure that you have your intention is the most important. So if your intention is for you is to make sure that your hands is dry when you shake their hands, I believe the intention goes back to what you want to contribute to this communication, and it should not affect how they think about you. In fact, they should feel even more, okay, she's doing something extra before meeting. And I also encountered these clients before. They actually do wipe their hands before shaking my hands, and I thought, okay, maybe they have a sweaty palms. That's my indication of that. So I thought it was respectful of them, to be honest.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Diana, for the questions, and thanks, ladies, for all these oh, there's a feedback. Let me see what's that. Okay, so the summary is the strategies we have spoken about today is always ensure that whenever we present ourselves at the workplace, always dress in clean and neat uniform, hair tied up if abiding by the company protocol. Bad breath, as I mentioned, I'm a person who is very, very particular about breath as well. So if you can't find any mouth wash, mouth rinse, not applicable, just buy a mint, just carry a mint, portable things. You can carry portable things like, for example, I always carry my fragrance, red light fragrance. I also have my deodorant, my sanitizer, everything in the car if it's not possible to put in a bag. Means and things like that. This is all portable items. And clean and wash socks and shoes always. Ensure that, if especially you're working in such a professional and corporate environment, always ensure that you do actually get the brush. I got my shoe brush also. Brush off your shoes if possible. Every time you step on something that is a bit more dirty, etc. And of course, wear monitored hands is so important, because hands again is a form of greeting someone before the COVID. So invest on very basic items. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just need to be a quality and long-lasting items that will help to maintain who you are as a person. So the final result will be you will help increase your confidence level. You will help increase your credible. People look you as someone who is competent, because again, what you do something is how you do everything. What you do anything is how you do everything. So for example, if you go for an interview and you dress well, you dress presentable, people will have that image that you are a competent person from the detail of how you dress, okay? And your influence also will increase because the way you project yourself, the way you speak, the way you act, and again, in the long term, your behavior will influence the people around you. So that's why they say you are the 5 people you mix around with most of the time. Okay, any question in regards to the summary?
Hi, I just questions about nail color. Is it allowed?
As nail color. Nails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think sometimes like people wear like, I think it's allowed, or that's the question. I think it should be like not striking color, right? Like black.
That's right. Who's asking the question? That's right. Who's asking the question?
I mean, Elsa.
Elsa, okay. A fantastic question again. Thanks, Elsa, for being active participating. Okay. Okay, so in regards to the nails also, always as mentioned, trim your nails, but in regards to the colors as well, go for, again, muted and nude colors. So mute and muted colors, you have the French finger nails as well, which is basically neutral colors. And you also can go for something that is more muted. Muted means lighted colors. Don't go for striking or bold colors. Like for example, I want to go for striking purple or striking green limelight. So limelight is fine. Limelight is more muted colors. Go for muted colors. That would be a safe bet. Again, we do not want them to the focal point or focus on our nails, because we are not in the creative industry. Unless you are in, then it's fine. But if you're in the professional setting, it's best for you to go for muted or nude colors. Or just if you just don't want to wear any nail polish, it's also fine. But ensure, as I mentioned earlier, to get your nails manicured as well, buffered, and put some manicure oil to show, represent that you do take care of your hygiene, although you are not wearing a nail polish. Does that answer your question, Elsa? Elsa?
Thank you.
You're much welcome.
Thank you.
Much welcome. Okay. Anyone else have any question? Okay. So basically, we have come to the question section. If you all have any question, please feel free to ask. I will go through again from the beginning a bit about what we have gone through today. And if you all have any question, please feel free to ask me. Okay, so today what we have covered is definitely your image is a statement. So again, why is it so important for us to project the best image and the best professional look in our office? Because your image is a statement. So imagine when you can make a statement. Like for me, I'm a big supporter of women advocate, and I want to present that women can be leaders, women can empower other people, and women can always be the first to start something new. So I always go for something that is more powerful when I'm going for my corporate or my ministry or my, my committee and all that. I will choose bold colors if possible. And today you can see I'm wearing a dark color, but most of the time, if I'm not in this outfit, you can see me on more light colors like pink and all that, because I'm a bit of romantic person. So it's important also for you to understand what is your personality, and you can also bring that personality out when you want to as well. So your image is a statement, and here it says here from this guy, from this actor, he's making a statement that Black can also be the heroes or the leaders of the community. He's not just speaking out for the movie per se, he's also speaking out for the community because he believed that, he believed in his people, he believes in his nationality. Second part, as we mentioned, image is also a message. Whatever you want to say, you can say it through your clothes as well. So in other words, you can dress according to who you want to attract, the clients you want to attract, who the people that you want to communicate with. And this will help you, especially in your career, because it will give an impression on people on your credibility, your competency, and your confidence level. Okay, the next one is also image is how you influence other people around you. Of course, if you portray an image that is very powerful and very convicted, it will influence the people around you. So from the details, as I mentioned, from the details of how you upkeep your nails to the way you put on your makeup, from your personal hygiene, it shows that how you take care of your body. Again, signs of lack of calcium can be shown in your fingertips itself. Signs of your hair, for example, turning a bit white, gray, which I do have, maybe women's stress and etc. It always shows in our image. So I embrace it. I'm not saying that women, we should not have white hair or gray hair. Embrace it who you are. This is shows wisdom. This is show you have experience. Embrace who you are, and everyone is beautiful, and your image is your message. And always dress well because it presents who you are inside, and be authentic as well. So other than that, we have also covered looking best at your career, personal hygiene, personal grooming, and also about the different types of details from your shoes to your accessories, and from the way you want to portray who you are as well. So yeah, any questions so far, ladies?
Hi, this is Jolene here. I want to ask about authenticity, because that's something that comes out a lot these days in personal branding. Based on that, I also want to share an example of what happened in the last company I worked. It was a tech company, and there's no dress code. So most people, they will just wear t-shirts and jeans. That's like the typical IT kind of uniform. So what happened was the global CEO was paying our KL office a visit, and one of my colleagues, he had a little presentation to do. Our company is usually like very casual one, but I think he took it too seriously. He actually overdressed for the presentation, and that kind of backfired among us, because we were gossiping about him. Because you go from somebody who just wears t-shirt and jeans to work, and then to wearing a full suit. So it was very, like, the difference is so much that, it was obvious to us that he was trying to pull the boss. So that kind of backfired. So what is your advice for somebody in that situation? Like, I say you want to make an impression, but how not to go overboard and still being true to yourself, your authentic self?
Is it in a corporate environment you mentioned?
The company is corporate, but then there's no dress code. So most people would, the typical uniform, I would say, is like what we call the IT look lah, which is like polo shirt and jeans, or polo shirt and slacks. So it's very relaxed one. Yeah.
Understand. I think at the end of the day, the authenticity is going back to, it's good to be doing a personality assessment, which I do as well. I do DISC assessment and even personality dress assessment. It'll be good for him to know what is his personality. And the moment the person comes into the office, or the moment they start working there, they should be dressing according to their personality and being authentic from the beginning, not like midway, so that like you all said, that you're able to see that maybe this person is not really sincere in the intention. So it goes back to what's the person's intention. So overdressing, I think, is always okay in the company ethics, in terms of you are just trying to, you know, look good and, you know, have an impression. But of course, going back to what's the purpose of the intention, what's the person's intention behind it. So that's something that we have to look at. So to answer your question, I think overdressing is not so good in terms of that situation. But if you dress according and dress something that's appropriate for your office, that's always good. So always find out the intention behind it and, you know, dress purposefully and be sincere about it.
Okay, thank you.
Much welcome. Yes, anyone else have any question? Hi, Selena. Thanks for joining. Any question in regards to protocols? Elsa, just now you have a question. Yes, Dee, go ahead.
Protocols, I think protocols regarding what protocols for the care image, or
I think you asked me a question about the protocols just now, is it?
no, the protocol, I mean, I used to work with the diplomatics, so it's all about protocols things. And it's just that I face when people see me as who I am, you know, that's always the wrong side of what they see me. That's the issue that I had.
Do you mind if Dee, if you switch on your camera and
it's just that wrong.
Dee, if you switch on your camera.
Wait, because I have to like download from my phone because my laptop like hangs. So if you want to see, like I have to use the Zoom from my phone.
No problem. Well, maybe you can take
I mean,
5.
no problem.
Yeah. Maybe you can take 5.
Okay, so wait, because from my laptop is a problem with the camera, but I can use from the phone, so it takes a bit of time.
Sure, no problem.
Is that okay to wait or how? Sure, no problem.
Yes,
Yeah,
Elsa,
it's fine. Maybe while we're waiting for Dee, if there's anyone else will have a question, but there's an echo from Dee's side, I believe.
Actually, that's Elsa. Let me help you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, if anyone else have a question while Dee switching on her camera, that'll be great, because there's ways for you. Of course, I believe Elsa's question earlier to me was, how does she make herself look more professional or look more mature so that people do not look at her size, which is petite, and her how do I say, her presence, which is a bit more bubbly and friendly, and take her seriously and have more respect. So that's why I'm asking her to switch on her camera so I can give her some advice on how to have a more maybe matured look, or a bit more professional look, if I can see her. So that'd be great. In the meantime, anyone else have any questions?
So okay, probably I have to wear makeup a bit.
No problem. This is a safe environment for us to share. So in the meantime, while we are waiting for Elsa, I also have some practical sharing also. So if you want to wear a blazer, this would be, if you can see, is black, but this is one of the blazers that I normally wear to my office. It's a very simple blazer. Of course, again, please iron. It's a very simple blazer, and it has a bit of shoulder pad as well. So of course, shoulder pad will give you a bit more authority look and a sharper look. So for those, for example, like Dee, she wants to look more matured or has a bit more authority, you can just add a bit light shoulder pad, because it gives you more structure. And when you're more structure, it actually gives you a more professional and authority look. As you can see, my blazer also here, my outfit here is a bit more elegant, but it has a bit of structure as well. So this will be good for people like those who wants to look a bit more authoritative looking, or more matured looking, or more serious. And as well as I do have my normal purple blazer that I normally wear for Zoom virtual trainings. This one has no I think this one has a bit also shoulder pad, but most of the time I would wear this if I'm not conducting like today's type of training, because this is my personality. And of course, being in my industry is a bit more creative. So I wear something like bold, and this is the color that I'll go for. And again, you can also look at the lapel. The lapel also will help you to bring out a bit more authoritative looking from your side, more serious. So if you have a lapel, you also can wear it as well. I mean, lapel jackets as well. So this is examples. And also to know again your body type as well. If for example for me, I'm a bit more flashy kind of person. So if I'm a bit more flashy type of person, then I would go for fabrics that are a bit more light or softer. You know, if let's say you are a bit more on the slim side, you want to go for a bit more bolt up your shoulder, you can wear outfits that are more taut outfits. Like again, they are more harder and they will give you more structure, and of course you will look more professional and more mature looking as well. So that's why if Dee can switch on her camera, I can give her some instant advice on how to make herself portray who she is inside, because it's so important for us to bring out our authentic self through our clothing as well. So anyone have any question?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, as you guys know, we're all doing a lot of Zoom meetings online, Google Meet, etc. So I was just wondering, I don't know whether it's important or not, because you started the lesson by, you know, each of us analyzing each other, etc. So how you portray yourself, like, you know, you've got this little box with your picture and your name on it. That's number one, is important. But how you carry out yourself, like earlier on, I think Dina was saying about Zoom etiquette, etc. Do you think that actually plays a role as well in Zoom sessions, or is it something like very light? I mean, your opinion, since, you know, you're doing this training and stuff. Thank you.
Who asked the question again? Sometimes I miss.
Me, Dee.
Dee. Okay, Dee, thank you so much for being first of all, thank you, Dee, sincere from my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the active participation a lot. It's very important as well, because right now, if we look at the pandemic situation, in future, I believe more Zoom sessions will be a very daily routine and will be part of lifestyle. So it's so important for us to show up in the Zoom. So as mentioned, just same goes for business ethic. If you're going for an interview, always per the British ethics is always arrive 10 minutes earlier before your interview. So let's say your interview starts at 12 o'clock. Arrive if possible 11:30, or you know, be at the meeting area by 11:50 the latest, because this is business ethics and it shows how committed and how serious you are even before joining the company. Same goes with the Zoom training. If let's say you are having a Zoom training at 12, we want to arrive there by 11:50, because this again is showing who you are, how committed you are in a small way. And from the small things, we can see how you can do the bigger things. That's why usually bosses and employees will give you small projects first. And if you can commit well in the small projects, later on they'll give you bigger tasks, and then later on tasks you get promoted based on the small little accumulated projects. So like in finance, we call it compounding interest. So this is very important also when it comes to Zoom. So that's why I say when you do show up for Zoom, always ensure that your body is centralized. Give a 20% gap for your top of your head to the screen, so that people can see your facial expression and see also be presentable as well. And for one tip about Zoom, always choose one focal, maybe just an image consultant tip. Give them one focal point to focus on per your outfit or your accessories. Like today, I choose my focal point would be my swan brooch, because it's something that I like and it's cute, and it's also my taste. I'm a bit more feminine and I like things like that. So choose one focal point for your participants, or if let's say you're going for an interview, you want them to focus on one point, choose one focal point. It doesn't have to be an accessory, it can be your outfit. For example, if let's say I'm wearing this outfit and my patterns on my outfit, I have these small stripes at the center here, let them focus on the point that you want them to focus on, meaning that your area that you are more flattering in. For example, if I have nice shoulders, maybe I want to show my shoulders, so I wear an outfit that presents my shoulders well, something that more structure. Or if I have nice maybe shaped jawline, I want to show my jawline. It can be done through your makeup or accessories like earrings and rings, again, your rings will represent who you are as a person from the way you wear it, from what type of materials and from what type of accessories you're wearing as well. It represents who you are. Again, I don't believe it has to be expensive. It just have to be of quality. Yeah, I hope that answers you.
Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, I've already showed my face. Sorry that.
Oh, sorry, we missed that, Dee. Can you show again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's Elsa. not
Oh,
Dee.
Elsa. Okay. Hi, Elsa. Okay, let me have
Hi.
a look. Is your hair is tight, is it?
Yeah, because I mean, like, I just at home now, like, yeah.
Oh,
But someone
okay.
said I look serious, so I don't know. But I just said like to her, like, I'm just serious outside, but not
Okay.
inside. Yeah.
From my perspective, yeah. Okay, we can we can also, did you manage to do the first exercise that we did?
No, I mean, no, about the words, I saw it. Yeah, no.
Okay, well, if you're ladies, if you don't mind, we can help Elsa out. Okay, from my opinion, I will leave it to the last one, but I already have my opinion. Let's have maybe Diana to share. What's your first impression of her from the 3 personality test that we did? Let me go
I was
to
the one who
slide.
put that she looks serious.
My God.
Oh, from you already
It's okay.
Okay, no, thanks. Thanks, Diana. We want to ensure that we give honest opinion. So, okay, Diana, why do you think she looks serious?
Well, the spectacle, her hair has been put up in a very professional. I mean, just this is comb it backwards, yeah, and then with the spectacle and all that. If I look at her, she showed me somebody who is competent. She looks professional, right? And I don't see the part of she saying that, you know, people think that she's so young, and so no, I don't see that part, right? I also see a part of, yeah, she's warm. She's a warm personality.
Okay, let's have one more. Selena, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry, my camera had some issues, so I was unable to actually switch it on since in the morning.
Oh, no problem, Selena. Selena, can you see Elsa?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about Elsa's first impression from just her look?
Yeah, she looks serious as well. But I mean, you know, but after listening to the way she talked and all that, she seems very friendly also. At the first impression would be serious, but then after, you know, if you listen to the way she talked and everything, yeah, she's actually someone who is very extrovert and friendly as well.
Okay.
And, maybe high energy. Yeah, high energy as well.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's have one more, and then I'll give my opinion. Who else like to share? Any ladies who like to help Elsa as well? How about Miss Sharifa?
Okay, thank you, Coach. I think she looks serious.
Oh, you're 3 people serious.
Because compared to when you told us about your experience, about your colleague told you you know, like whatsoever. I think it's now when I see you, and then my opinion would say the opposite. You are serious, no? And then you are simple. I think you are simple. Because I look at your hair. Okay, and then what else? But yeah, I'm sure you're professional. Yes, working somewhere. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies, for the feedback. So, Elsa, from their opinion, they actually, from your look itself, you have an advantage because people look at you as a serious person.
Yeah, advantage because probably the work that people that I used to work with, the diplomatic things, you know, so I have to be serious myself. I cannot laugh in front, you know. But actually, my natural outside is I'm not like that. I love funny people. I love to laugh. But when you bring that image, that, you know, it's kind of the habits you have, the seriousness with you because of what you have dealt with other people at work. So, but that's why I got wrong impression on that, you know. So when you want to deal with, because I like to be friend with all, whatever age, you know, race, all these things. So I can be with every, you know, orang kampung, whatever, you know, but people will have a issue with me because they will think that I'm a very sombong, arrogant, serious, but I can be with everyone, you know. That's the issue I have. Yeah.
Okay, from all the ladies' impression, can I share with you visually and then also from your communication and from your body language? Okay, so from visually, I will see that Elsa is a very friendly person. She is very, she's a bit also feminine and she also fun-loving. That's the outfit impression. So the reason I'm saying that is, may I know your outfit color? I can't really see it from the screen.
This is just a t-shirt because I'm at home.
Oh, warna apa?
Putih.
Oh, putih. Okay. Is one of your colors pink? Your favorite colors pink?
No, I don't like pink.
You don't like pink. Okay. Is your frames, is it what color is your frames?
It's like a gray, a bit like a gray and a bit white. I don't know, it's just gray.
Okay, good. I think from your outfit choices, it also shows that you are also quite professional because you're choosing the basic colors, which is white, black, and etc. But because of your voice, your tonality, it shows that you are very friendly, approachable, and very down-to-earth person. So, and your body language is also bringing that to your presence. So, I think you already have that. From what the ladies observe as well, you have that serious look already. One tip is your hair you tie up, right? Okay, so to increase, maybe if you're looking for in future, if you are going back to the corporate world or political setting, as mentioned, as you know, if you're going for court or even meeting politicians that I do as well, you can always wax up your hair, tie up your hair, you know, and make sure there's no baby hair shown as well. And go for more, when it comes to makeup, also go for more bold makeup. Like today, I'm wearing a more bold lipstick and go for very minimalistic accessories. And from your glasses, I think this glass actually shows a cute side about you. The choice of frame that you're choosing, it has a bit more cute look.
Yeah, probably I think maybe, I don't know, like, but most of the times that I got the impressions, probably I'm not sure it's a bias issue of men's because they you know, because diplomatic normally men's, so all the serious men's there, but like men in black things because they always wear with the coat and everything, but they always see you as, because maybe of my size, I'm very petite, and you know, like when I talk like you know, bubbly like that, so they think that they don't take seriously. Probably it's because I'm a girl. I don't know. They think that you're like young, you know, like take you lightly, you know, not seriously. Even though I look like serious, probably when I smile, when I talk to my colleague, you know, so they think that probably my size, I'm not that tall like them. So that's the issue I had.
But I think it's all right because after a while they get to know you, then they know that there's a serious side on you. But for the outfits, since it's about image, you can choose outfits that are more structured. You know what I mean? More structured.
Wow, PJ.
Huh?
Wow, until in front.
I think there's a background noise. Rina can help me. Okay, so you can, as mentioned earlier, you can choose jackets that are a bit more structured with shoulder pads and etc. And even from your bags, right? What types of bags do you usually carry? Is it the one with structure or without structure?
The bags, I like I like to go for classic, you know, like a clutch, like a nice clutch like that. Like a square clutch, yeah.
Yes.
A simple one, you know. Yeah.
Good. I think the fact that you have a square clutch is already have a structure already. So actually there's I don't see any reason people would think that if based on image itself, I would think you are professional, competent, and like what the lady said, someone who is down to earth, but maybe your tonality and your body language. How I see the fun side about you is because your body language, it shows that you move about a bit, you're very extrovert and a bit more animated. So from the body language, I catch that, oh, she's friendly. And the way you speak, your tonality, also very friendly. Also very calm voice, like me. I'm a very soft-spoken person. So I think this lady, she is a bit more milder side lah. But based on your dressing itself, from what you described for me, from the accessories you carry, it actually already show a serious and authority look already.
Okay.
Can I share?
Yeah, go ahead, Diana.
Yeah, okay, Elsa, I have the same problem because I tend to have a high pitch.
Yeah,
And what people look at me is I'm a very serious person. I'm a
Yes.
tiger mom. I'm a tigress. Okay.
Okay.
And so what I did is that because I tend to have high pitch, especially when I get excited. Right. So
Yes.
what after that I got the feedback, what I did is I tried to tone myself down because I make myself on a lower, make it lower because that's what I learned is that people with a lower voice makes them feel that you are more serious.
People.
I don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
that's
So
true.
people who's like with the lower voice. Will
Yeah, there are people who are more serious. Yeah.
I mean, we see me as serious person, something like that.
You look as more serious because your tonality. Also, I observe you is that you are very, very fun-loving and you are very easy to giggle and laugh.
Yes. I love to laugh.
Yeah. So there's another part. So maybe you would like to watch this and tone down a little if you want to give another image that you are serious.
So which means that you're saying that if I use the high pitch, will be like I sound more serious like that?
No.
Or
if you use a high pitch, you will sound you're less serious because if you look at all those corporate fellas,
okay.
they are a little bit very low tone.
Yes.
Am I right, Zurene?
Yes, you are. I mean, definitely, Diana, you're on the spot because when it comes to her image, thanks for switching on your camera as well. We get to meet you face to face. Based on your image, you are already portraying the serious look. That's why all the ladies, including myself, affirm you and validated that you already have the serious look. But based on your tonality and as well a bit on your body language side, we can hear from your voice is a bit like, yes, it has a bit of the pitch and more calmer tone. And if you want to be a bit more serious, you go for like, the man's voice is a bit more on the lower end. Yes. Have you heard of the way, for example, Donald Trump speaks, or any gentleman here? I think Mr. Chan is here. Any man, their voice is very, very baritone. Means it's a deeper, lower voice, and they sound serious as well.
Like Obama.
Obama.
Okay, now I understand Sanoe, but thank you for sharing because now I understand that I mean everyone there. It's actually why my kids see that because I'm always with the high pitch, like that's why they think that like still young, this kind of thing, still fun loving kind of things. But like you said, yeah, that's why if I have to check out my tone then.
No problem. That's why we are here. It's
Yeah,
a safe place for us to share with each other. And to be honest, I'm also like you, Elsa. I'm very friendly and approachable. But when it comes to work, I'm always on the on the spot. And also the other part, just to notice on Elsa's body language, if you can see, she's also a bit more animated. That's where I found out she's a bit more extrovert. So she likes meeting people. So you can see from her body language as well.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
So when you move a lot bit then, so you're friendly.
Definitely. When you're more animated, it shows that you are an expressive person and definitely you are open to sharing about yourself and also getting to know people because a person who's animated, like moving about, they don't appear to be so serious. But else if you're serious, you're just like, you're elegant and poised. Try to imagine politicians or royalty. They are like duduk pun macam satu kaki tepi saja, tak bergerak langsung, not much movement. So you can see from there that is a elegant look and a classic look as well.
But I think that first impression, but that comes to the question that you have to be yourself, right?
That's
you can't really pretend for so long because I've seen people who pretentious to be the person who actually not they are, you cannot because you'll be like a bit weird at the end. You cannot like pretend that you are not who you are. You know, you become like weird. I feel like I've seen that before. It's like, okay, like question mark there. Yeah. So I
Yes.
think you have to be true yourself. Yeah.
I
A
agree with
bit.
you so much, Elsa, about this. I do have a DISC assessment personality test as well, and from the result, there's actually two results. One is how you act authentically at home, means at home with your family or your friends or anyone else, and the other one is DISC at your workplace. We tend to behave differently in our workplace. Even the timing is also different. For example, in the morning, because our mindset is already equipped and fixed, 9 to 5 is our operation hours. So our mind is we are more serious. But if I meet you all at night right now for this training, let's say 6 to 11, maybe we are a bit more casual. So it's just the way it is. But when it comes to being authentic to ourselves, I think when we join a corporate company, because there is policies and people are there to do KPIs and to meet goals and etc., it's also important for us to adhere by their policies. But of course, during lunch times and all that, we can be ourselves in that sense. But when it comes to the companies and all that, I guess people are more goal orientated than focusing on bringing their personality. But I don't still think that we should close up who we are. We can still bring a bit of our personality through our clothing, a bit here and there in the accessories and in the way we speak to people, showing who you really are and being true and authentic to who you are still.
All right.
I guess it's what image that you want to show to others. If you don't mind people thinking of you as very girlish and young and stuff like that, so let it be, because your wisdom and your future what do you call it, presentation of what you can do is enough to let them know that, oh, don't play. This is a chili padi. You don't know who
Yes,
she is.
yes. They're always like, yeah, it's true. Thank you for that's true, because they especially guys, because when you like in the diplomatic world, they think that like this they always see that like bottom level, because it's a men's world. So that's the problem that you had, that they don't feel confident with you. That's the issue. But once they know you, when you talk, when that you are very knowledgeable,
The substance.
you are achieving a lot of things. Because I'm very rendah diri type, and then my friend said to me, one of my friends said, you terlalu merendah diri. That's why people don't see you that. Terlalu merendah diri.
Yes.
Because I always like to be humble, but now I feel like whatever people judge you, but they should know you first, like for quite a long time, then let them know you first, because it's what I believe to be humble is very important to me, but let them see you as step by one time at like slowly, then I think in a way.
No, but because people don't
That's
have
what I
time to know you that long. They only have that few minutes to know who you are, or to judge you who you are, you see? Yeah. So
yes, true.
yeah,
So
it's
true.
not
After
losing
for
yourself
quite
actually.
long.
It's not losing yourself, but it is, if that is the image you want to project, you're not losing yourself to say that I'm a fun person. It's okay, but then I guess it's just that you want to let people know that, hi, I can be fun, but I can be serious. So when you come to work, I'm serious. I think that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. But if I go out with you for a drink or for a coffee, well, I can, as long as you can accept me, I can accept you, and we can just have our fun. Yeah. When they come to the corporate side, if you want them to respect you as somebody who is more matured, more serious, I guess it is not acting, but it is just training ourselves to meet up with that objective or that expectation.
Yes.
But we didn't lose ourselves. Okay, we are not losing ourselves. We are not unreal. I know I can't stand people who are unreal, who even sit with with the hand one kind and all that. No, but you are still yourself. But it's just toning down.
Yeah, tone it down. Okay. Yes, so true.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I interrupt too much. I'm so sorry.
It's
Zurene,
okay.
so sorry,
It's
Zurene.
okay.
Oh, no
It's a
worries,
nice
no worries.
space to
It's
reflect myself.
good. I mean, it's really good for us to uplift each other. I think, Diana, you hit the nail as it is. It's very, very exactly like what she's saying as well. I agree spot on. Thanks for sharing, because she's some woman with wisdom, so I appreciate her sharing as well. Definitely, I agree. It's depending on the objective that we want to meet, and especially, Elsa, totally agree. We are in a men's corporate world. A lot of society and community, especially in the political side, they really look highly a bit more on the gender. But nevertheless, I believe in this few years, a lot of women has rise up as women leaders. So there's an opportunity for us to show that, hey, we can still be that authority figure, we can still be bold, we can still be elegant, we can still be empowering, etc. By being who we are. And for me, as to be honest, also I'm a very feminine person, but you look at people like Princess Diana, look at like Mother Teresa, they are leaders, but they lead in a gentle way. Does that make sense? So we have to bring this type of culture also into our community or into our society. It's a bit harder in the political settings, as I also do deal with politicals. I totally understand. They are very dominant style, very direct when they're on the spot. So as what Diana have shared also, if we want to go to that standard to be at that level, we have to also kind of play a role, not being a different personality, but understanding that role objective and being purposeful to be at that stage where we are appearing to be competent as well, and bring that out from our image and from the way we communicate, because your image, you're already doing it well. So maybe just tone down a bit when it comes to the delivery.
Yeah, I like that. If we talk about the woman leadership, I like the former Bank Negara, Dr. Zeti, Aziz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I like her because she wears baju kurung. But I saw her in person actually. Like I met her like during those because they have the cafe Bank Negara there, and to my shocking, I was surprised she looked so motherly, very soft, but she can handle the Bank Negara. That was like wow. Like you won't expect her like very serious, very garang type. It's not like Iron Lady, but she's very motherly. Keibuan, soft, but she can lead the country. That's kind of like shock to me because I thought she's like garang type, but she's not. Like very soft.
Yes, and I think that's a lot of ladies who are like, for myself, I'm more on the gentle side, very obvious. If leaders like, and I'm also leading my women ministry globally, and I'm of course one of the leaders, and we lead a huge group of women, really really a huge group of women. But one of the things is be authentic to yourself. You can still be a leader, you can still be powerful, you can still be bold, and you can still have a voice. Definitely, even through your authentic style. So of course, we want to meet our objective. We have to play that role, but always be true to who you are. And I believe you're also very compassionate, caring person. Bring that out into your political company that you're working for, and just be true to yourself. Like at the end of the day, is just be authentic. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks, Elsa and Diana, for sharing as well. So basically, I like to share also what you can come to me for. Definitely, I do one-to-one coaching. I also do workshop programs. I do transformation program. I do believe at the end of the day, every woman should be authentic and be their best version, and that's how we can contribute to the society, community, and the world. My website, if you like to look for my website, I believe we are fixing it in 3 days time. You can go and download 10 times your confidence, your e-journal, confident journal. I think there's a 10 page for you to track your goal settings, how you can be more confident, etc. It's complimentary. Just put in your email and you can download from the newsletter. Besides that, of course, you can come to me also for a discovery session, 20-minute discovery session. If you'd like to know more about how to improve your communication or your confidence level through your clothing, like just now, thanks Elsa for sharing. She wants to look more authoritative. There's different ways of you to look more authoritative. For example, go for structured clothing, go for colors that are more bold. Definitely, when it comes to your hair, go for stewardess bun. Tie up your hair, gel out, wax up your hair. If you don't prefer wax because it's a bit more, some of the wax you use can be a bit more like tough or more oily, they can say you can always get the paraben-free or less chemical one. That would be good. I can recommend some brands and etc. If you all want to text me and ask me etc. No problem. I don't get royalties. Okay. So at the end of the day, I just want to share that your voice is your power, your clothing, your style, and your character is your identity. So if you'd like to know more and contact me for a 20-minute discovery session in order for you to be your best version, or if you have questions like Elsa, how do I remain my authentic self and yet I'm set in a political settings, and yet I'm set in a corporate settings, how do I still bring my authentic self into the setting, right? You can always contact me. Okay, and if you want to connect me as a friend, I'm always into women empowerment and big advocate of women leaderships. So I'd like to end by saying, if you use your clothes consciously, they can become a way know yourself better and to live more consciously. So be more purposeful. And it's not the appearance, it's the essence. It's not the money, it's the education. It's not the clothes, it's the class, by Coco Chanel. Okay, so thank you, ladies, and have a good weekend. I believe, I believe all of you are powerful leaders. You can do a lot for the community, the society, and the world as well. So rise up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Zurene.
Thank you so
So,
much.
as usual, before we wrap today's session, I will launch the poll to see how the session was for everyone, okay? Hold on. Okay. Right, so we hope you found the session to be very, very helpful. Now, if you would like to re-watch this recording, this session again, I repeat, the whole session is recorded and it will be uploaded on YouTube channel, and we will send you an email containing the link to the video. If you love the workshop, that was just one of the many workshops that we have lined up for you throughout the whole year, and they are all free. So the next workshop will be next week on Saturday on Facebook and Instagram marketing by in Bahasa Melayu from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you know anyone who would benefit from the workshop, or maybe someone who is more comfortable in workshop conducted in Bahasa Melayu, please share it with them, because we would like to help as many entrepreneurs as we can. Okay, so again, I will share the link to the registration form in the chat box.
Do we take a picture?
Yes, we can take another one, sure.
Awesome.
Okay, now that
yeah, I hope to see the rest of the ladies again.
Yes, we had very few people in the beginning of the session, so let's take one more, all of us. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, smile everyone. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, so with that, we hope to see you again in our other workshops. So thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. Have a good weekend. Stay safe and have a good rest.
Thank you, Rina. Thanks, ladies.
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
good evening.
Thank you, Rina.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Zurene. Hope to see you again. Thanks, Rina. See you
Thanks,
again.
Diana. See you.
Bye.
Bye.